All right, let's go. Wrong. Welcome back to another episode of Keeping It Cartel. I am one of your hosts, the Cloud Cartel, and with me is the beautiful couple, which is Chris and Phil from Black Rose Elixir. How's it going?
Good, thank you, mate. Good, thank you. How are you?
Keep hitting the wrong bloody buttons. Right, I'm good now. I don't need to touch anything. Cool. Well, thank you for coming on. If any of you guys don't know, these are the creators and owners of Black Rose Elixir and the Vape Hut in Malden in Essex.
Well, that's me, really, but no.
Before we go any further, we're just going to quickly run through chat, see who we got in, because the green room today we ended up just chatting a load of shit, and I forgot to start answering people in chat. So straight off the bat, we had Birdman. Hello, mate.
Birdie.
We have Ian Covenant.
Ian.
We have the Vaping Snowman.
Hello, Mr. Snowman.
We got Tribal Buddha, also known as Blue Buddha Tinctures. Hello, mate. We have the Savage of the Simons. Hello, mate.
Simon.
Hey up, Simon.
Who else have we got in? We have Mallory Gates in.
Hi.
We have... Oh, that's you. We'll cut that past me.
Him.
We have Helen in as well.
Hey.
That's it at the moment, so no one else has said anything in chat. Oh, and we've got Mike Haynes in. Hello, mate. How's it
Hey,
going?
legend. Hello, Mike.
Happy belated birthday, buddy.
Oh, and we got Mike. No, who else was it? We Hey Up Me Ducks in as well. Oh, and Nevins. So I've missed so many fucking
Hey, up me
people.
duck. All right,
Hello, mate.
Scout Stevs.
He was a fucking legend when I met him at the duck. What a lovely geezer.
Yeah, he was.
Do you know what? He was such a nice bloke meeting him at Expo.
But I will say, and I'm not ashamed to say it up me duck, I don't know his name. I don't know his name.
It's Andrew.
Is it?
Yes, his name is Andrew, I think.
I sent a package out for him today, and I can't even remember what I wrote on it. I might have actually just wrote out me duck. Adam, same name as me. Why? How come I don't?
Adam, that's it. Adam.
Adam.
I asked him.
You
We
knew it
were
was
at the
Adam.
expo.
You knew it
I
was Adam.
did, and I forgot.
There
There's so many people, and I was quite drunk when I asked him. Adam.
Do you know what it is though? You go on the lives, don't you? And you speak to all these
Sorry,
people, and you just
Adam.
associate them with their username.
Yeah.
I think Mike Haynes said it the best when I spoke to him at Expo. He goes, "You look at people, and it's not until you put them in a box that you realise who the fuck they are."
Go around going like that.
It's so true. I was speaking to people and I was like, I've no idea who you are. No idea whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's
I don't.
weird
I
to
was.
see black legs, wasn't it?
Oh dear.
Scott Wood, how you doing,
Hey,
mate?
Scotty.
Oh, we got Scott in and Grateful Ants in as well.
Hello.
I thought you said you were shit at this chat thing, Phil. You're picking up people that I aren't even picking up.
Because I've just seen him come up there and I'm like,
That's because he's not. He's handed it to me to type, so he's not having to do two things.
Before we get into, I've actually got questions for you. I've actually done a little bit of prep work, which is unlike me. I tried it with Phil, and then I think we managed about 2 of the 10 questions I wrote because we ended up just chatting shit.
You mean I just go off on one and waffle?
You're a bit of a waffler, aren't you?
I think everything I've got to say is really fucking important. That's the problem.
Yeah, 100%. I think Chrissy might have something else to say about that.
Everyone shut up, I'm talking.
All right, before we get into the questions, just what you vaping on and what you drinking on, if you got anything.
OJ, mate. That's how rock and roll I am. It's the OJ. And I'm vaping on Faust this evening, 3 milligram. And I've got the daily beater because I've got a wedding this weekend. So it's just the Nautilus Prime X with a BP coil in it. Mouth to lung in it, mate. That's it. So exciting that is.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm such a basic bitch. It's unbelievable. I've got the Flexus Block, which has Black Rose in it, and the Oxford Slim with SE with Carmella. I don't know what any of. Honestly, I'm the most ridiculous vapor, but I don't know what anything's called because he shoves so many kits at me and goes, try this, try this, try this. I'm just like, yeah, it's a kit. I don't know. It's got a coil in it.
By the way, they must be good. They must be good because she fucking hates everything.
It's always good to have a picky one on the team as well, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, I am quality control. I am. Yeah. That's why that's why everything gets sent to me. It is.
Yeah, it's really good.
He comes home and he goes, "Oh, this is amazing. Please try this." And I go, "It's shit. I can't taste anything."
It's really fun. It's really fun.
I really like to piss on his parade as much as possible.
Oh, you have to. You got to keep each other on their toes.
Definitely.
Cool.
That's what we wanna
Yeah,
call
so
it.
we're a couple of basic bitches, unfortunately.
Well, you've got OJ, I've got water, so I'm a bit more basic than you.
Oh, I've got tea, so I'm a bit more
Oh.
fancy than both of you. and it's in a Denby cup, so
And it's
I'm
probably
really
cold.
posh.
It's probably cold.
Envy cup. What the hell's that?
Denby, it's like a posh pottery ware, isn't it? I got it with my Tesco vouchers, so I'm pretending to be posh, but really it's just vouchers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I'm just on the series mech, and inside that I've got
That's
the Mana by Amatorium.
nice.
We've got the Apocalypse on the mech. Inside that we've got some Slimer, and then we've got the Ripsaw on the side-by-side mech, and inside that got some Black Bess, which is fucking great. It's still got the holiday, what do you call it? Sellotape around it. Has to be done.
In Egypt, did it?
Is that what you have to do?
Stop it leaking.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. I thought that was like a requirement or something.
No, I put sellotape, then I wrap it in tissue paper and then put it in like a Ziploc bag just in case.
I know about tanks leaking because we went on holiday. He hates it when I tell this story. We went on holiday and I did everything: packed, passports, books, blah blah. He had one job and that was to bring the liquid. Guess what he didn't bring? The liquid. And our tanks tanked out on the aeroplane, so we had nothing.
I did. Odd enough to get me through.
Yeah, it's the what do you call it? The altitude, isn't it? It thins it out.
Pressure, yeah.
Right. Oh, I had horrendous stories about trying to take mechs vapes abroad. Egypt was fucking horrible.
Was it?
Yeah, I done the last show about it. They tried to take them all off me.
We had a customer that went to Japan, and this is straight up, no shit true, right? Went to Japan, and they took the vape device, and they made them go into a room. They put it in a perspex box and did a controlled explosion, and they made them watch it while they did a controlled explosion on their vape. No word of a lie.
Fucking hell!
And they got told if they were caught with one in the country, they'd be locked up.
Shit!
Yeah.
I thought I was bad. I had some fucking security guy try to take him off me. He went, "Me take, you go." I was like, "No, I take, I go."
Oh my god!
Fucking dodgy bastards, a lot of them. But yeah, I just kicked up a fuss and managed to get them.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Thailand, it's completely banned, isn't it?
There's loads of countries that have just banned it outright. But as long as we're all right, I suppose. They should have to worry about it.
Hey, Lynn.
All right, Lynn.
You are on the ball, fucking Phil. I think the last show we didn't talk to anybody in chat.
Net reality, hello.
Hello, mate.
Am I echoing? It sounds like we're echoing.
Let me try something. That might be better because I didn't put my fucking mic on, so it's obviously picking up on this. I'm not with it today.
Oh, okay. I just thought I could hear it feeding back.
You
Yeah,
probably
that
won't
is
be able
better.
to. Yeah, it's
That is-
because
I
I
think
didn't
that
have
is
the
better,
fucking
yeah.
earpiece in. That's why. Cool. Right. Well, we'll jump straight into the questions. If you're up
Yeah.
for it. Cool. I know you got answers as well, Phil. You can't just let Chrissy do it. Poor girl. For the first one, I'm going to know the answer to. Who was the one that decided that they wanted to start their own liquid line?
I know the answer to that.
I would say you, actually.
Was
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's not who I thought it was. Since you said it was picky, I thought you was going to say all the other liquids were shit. I wanted to make my own ones.
No,
It wasn't- it
I
wasn't
started the vape shop. It was me that
Yeah.
started the vape shop, but Phil wanted to move things on because although it's great, we love the shop and we've got the most amazing customers. Shops don't last forever, so you have to constantly be looking to make sure that you can secure everything.
Yeah.
We've actually wanted to do it for a while,
Yeah, we
but
had.
an opportunity presented itself.
Yeah.
Actually,
Actually, we did it years ago when we first
We
opened
did.
the vape shop. We
did.
did like like proper white label where you just go and pick flavors and a
Yeah.
little logo put on. They were so bad, weren't they?
they were shit.
They were so bad.
They were
So I
shit.
think we lasted about a month and we were like, fuck this is awful.
We did
It was
one-
like the little 50-50
We did
sort
one
of
order,
thing.
didn't we?
I
We
think
were like,
so,
we're not
yeah.
going back.
Yeah. It was funny though, when we went to test the flavours, I won't name and shame, but we went to test the flavours and they didn't even they had nothing to try them on, did
No,
they?
they didn't.
The
No.
bloke had to go and get a dripper and set it all up for us because nobody had anything to vape on.
He
There was no
didn't
like
vape.
sample things or
He
anything
didn't
like that.
vape,
He
did
didn't
he?
vape. He had to go and get it off someone else.
And then like they brought us up into this like meeting room, and then we were there for like 2 minutes, and they were like, "Yeah, you need to fuck off now." And we were like, "But I don't know what I like." And he was like, "Yeah, so you want these 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 flavors, don't you?" And I was like, I don't know. Do I? Oh, yeah, I think I do. I don't know.
But he's a real workhorse, and he likes to make sure that he knows that everything's secure for the future, don't you? So that's where the liquid came
That was a
from.
fucking compliment. That was.
Well,
That was, yeah.
Take
I'm
it
so
while you
glad
get it.
that's on a live. That's recorded.
But it is. I'm scatty as arseholes, me. So I mean, the vape shop wouldn't have survived this long because I have a new business idea every 5 minutes, and Phil says no to everything, and that was the only one he went, yeah, all right, we'll try that. So the liquid wouldn't survive without him because he's the one that keeps it.
No, Nevs, no.
Going.
I'll tell you when it's
We're
not
blaming
alive.
the show.
So when you decided to do a liquid, did you try and DIY yourself, or did you get someone you knew the profiles you wanted?
Yeah, so no, we don't mix. We don't make any secret of not being. We don't. I'd love to try it. I would actually love to try it. I was talking to
You've done everything else.
Flavora the other day. He messaged me and I was saying to him about him. I'd love to actually try it because it would be nice to know the mechanics behind it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, Phil's got a very good relationship with Mike at Wicklicker, haven't you? And it was just conversations with them that it came about, and we just went through it, what we liked, what we didn't like, and just over a period of a few months just came up with
Which was really good. It was fun.
Yeah,
really
it was.
nice.
Yeah, and what we thought would work really, I've said it on Simon's show. It was really funny because the tiramisu actually, Carmilla was a bit self-indulgent of me. I didn't actually think anyone was going to buy it. I just really wanted a tiramisu, and it ended up just everybody loved it. And we thought it was because there's always a weak one, isn't there, in the packet in a line of liquids. There's always a weak one that everyone goes, ew. And we thought that was going to be Carmilla, didn't we? Yeah. And it wasn't. It beat his.
I'm not bitter about it at all.
So which one have you picked? Which one? So obviously you was Carmilla. Whose was Black
He's the other two. He's completely
Yours was the other
responsible for
two.
the other two. I'm not a fruit vapor really. Although Black Best, funny enough, has become my day vape. But you are the fruit guy, aren't you?
Yeah.
And I'm the dessert.
I'm fruity.
He is a bit fruity.
So where did the name Black Rose Elixir come from?
I think I was stood on the stairs when I thought of that name.
Mate, this one is like all about vampires and Victorian era gothic and stuff. She's got an inner goth. She's not,
I am total
she's
secret
not a goth.
I am.
She couldn't wait. It was all just like it all just came out at onch. I was like, fucking hell.
I reckon if I went back to like teenage years, I'd definitely have like DMs, long black coat, bit of black lipstick. I'd really go wild. Like I'm a secret goth, and we wanted to, obviously we didn't want to just have a name and stick something on the shelf. We wanted it to be personal and something that had a story and really meant something to us. So I was just allowed to go wild, basically. And Black Rose Elixirs was the, I don't really know. We just
we run everything by each other. We do talk. It's not like she just went, right, this is what it is, but you know, the whole everything about the design and the
theme started before the name. It really
it did.
Yeah, so it just built from that, really.
You're trying to create something that isn't fucking neon or cartoon characters, or you want something grown up and you don't want that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that just all fitted into everything, and it just rolls, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. A question you might not want to answer it, but when you come up with Black Rose, was there a name you come up before you stuck on it that was fucking horrendous? Did Phil come up with a name that you was like, fuck no?
I don't think so. Do you know what was actually harder to pick was the company name, funnily enough. Black Rose Elixir just kind of turned up, didn't it? But it was actually Malden Vape Co. was the hardest thing to pick.
You shouted it to me, didn't you?
What?
Black Rose.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think I was on the stairs.
And I went, yeah.
Yeah, it's
it's weird.
Because before we was like, I was sole trader for 5 years.
Yeah.
And so when we wanted to do the liquid, we obviously we wanted to make sure it was a limited company and it was it was all done professionally, blah blah blah. So actually, Malden Vape Co. Limited was harder to come up with than Black Rose itself. It's strange.
Which
picking
I
names.
don't think we have any really shit names, did we?
No, not really. And it was nice, the Malden Vape Co. because it was kind of homage to the shop a little bit as well, because we've got really like loyal customers.
Yeah.
And without them, the shop wouldn't, you know what I mean, be what it is. So it's nice to have done that, I think, anyway.
And also,
really cheesy, sorry.
It was a little bit cheesy. Also, we've got things around us that are quite famous with their names on. So we've got Malden Salt, which I don't know if you've heard of, but it's like in the chef industry. It's really big. You can go anywhere in the world and find Malden Salt. It's really well known. And we've got Tiptree Jam, the other side of us. So that's the two towns. So we wanted something that said the name of the town as well. So it was like an authentic product of the place. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a good idea. It works well.
Yeah, but Black Rose. I literally think it was just a case of that's a good name. What a shit story. Sorry, I haven't got.
That's right. I was hoping for some really terrible name like Bloodsucker Liquids or some shit like that.
I think I had some horrific names for the vape shop, didn't I? That you had to veto.
Do you know what was funny? Actually, come to think of it, the name. She was driving me potty. I was coming up with names, and I don't know what I said, but you kept doing it in a silly voice.
Well, I don't remember.
Because you remember you kept saying, "Can I have some of?" And I was going, "What are you doing?" Like, say it was called like you said, Bloodsucker. Liquid, So say like I came up with that name. She was reading it out to me like, and she was going, "Imagine someone coming in the shop and saying that." And I went, "What?" She went, "Can I have some of that Bloodsucker liquid, please?" And I was going, who's ever come in the shop like that? You have to think
what rolls off the tongue, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got something that's ridiculous.
What are you going on about, though?
Although the names get everyone, don't they? We've had Black Bees, Foost,
Black Bees is the most popular one.
Black Bee. We actually call it Black Bees now because it's just become so ridiculous.
Yes!
Black Bees. Carmilla. You didn't want Carmilla, did you? Because you said people would call it Camilla.
I can't remember now. My memory's so bad. There's no point. In
So
fact,
where did these?
if Mike's on, he'll tell you how bad my fucking memory is. It's horrendous.
So these names that you've come up with, like Black Bess, Faust, and Carmilla, where did they come from? Did you do research into or were they in part of some like book?
Right. So
that's a big bee. Sorry, it just scared the shit out of me. Sorry.
What was it? A bee?
Yeah, it just fucking flew past me.
Black Bees.
Black Bees just coming.
Oh, there you go.
They heard us. So the names are so from the Victorian times. They had, I'm sure you've heard of the program Penny Dreadful, and most people will. Oh, you haven't? Okay, right. So in Victorian times, obviously, people were really fucking poor, and only the rich could afford to read and have books and stuff. And then these little magazines that were a penny came out, and they became accessible to the working class, to the working men to read, and they quite often were horror stories and things like that, and gothic and the Victorian is basically the beginning of any kind of gothic genre. It all stemmed from there.
Mary Shelley and stuff like that, wasn't there? Yeah,
correct. Yeah, Frankenstein and stuff, and obviously Dracula, stuff like that. So they were all like the 1800s. But the Penny Dreadfuls brought stories like loads of different things like Dorian Gray, all those sorts of. They've all stemmed from that sort of thing. Dracula actually is after Carmilla. Carmilla, the original story, is it's basically a lesbian story. It's a female vampire. It is.
Phil's face.
By Sheridan Le Fanu, that gets pretends to be stranded in the woods after a car accident, ends up in this manor house with a dad and a daughter, and basically seduces the daughter, and people start going missing. But she was the original vampire. She actually was before Dracula. And a lot of Dracula stuff actually comes from that. When you think of like Jonathan Harker going to his thing and being seduced by him and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, all of those things stem from that era, apart from Faust. But Faust was told a lot in that time. But Faust is actually Shakespearean times. So that was written by Christopher Marlowe in Shakespearean times, who a lot of people say actually was Shakespeare. There's a little bit of a conspiracy saying that Shakespeare didn't actually write his own stuff. It was Christopher Marlowe.
It's a wicked story as well.
It is a wicked. I actually studied it for my uni course, and we went to see it, didn't we, in theatre? It was that was wicked. What was it? Jon Snow, wasn't it? Kit Harington was the thing.
Okay.
So Faust is the story of a he's like a professor, but he does dark arts and stuff. But he's greedy. He wants more and more and more. So he makes a deal with Mephistopheles to basically have years and years and years of everything: power, money, fame, all that sort of stuff. And you can imagine shit hits the fan, and it's all about him, the clock ticking down before they come and get him, Beelzebub and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So
it's probably not interesting to anybody that's not interested in that stuff, but yeah. So Faust is that. Black Bess was. Hang
on, Scott. I don't think the Penny Dreadfuls on Netflix is like that. Just putting it out there.
So Black Bess was the horse of Dick Turpin. You've heard of Dick Turpin, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was Black Bess was the horse that Dick Turpin rode, that they say took him from Essex to, is it Nottingham or Northampton? Nottingham, I think, isn't it?
I can't remember.
But
I know there was links to Essex. I remember reading that, so I was like, oh, that's quite cool.
Yeah. So that's where that comes from, the Dick Turpin stories.
So how did you put the name to the liquid? Was there some sort of connection, or did you just pick?
I think Carmilla was obviously because it's like a caramelly sort of sort of thing, isn't it? Like a tiramisu. I think Carmilla was natural.
We said black best
because of blackcurrant, yeah. And then Faust just got kind of put to the next one.
Like we already have names for like the next stuff as well. Like
yeah, we have a list of names. Yeah.
So you got it all pre-prepared.
Yeah.
So I don't. People in chat would have seen. You put up a picture on, I think it was Instagram or Facebook, about the 3 different liquid labels that you had.
Yeah.
That was slightly different. How many are they? The only 3 variations you had, or did it go through quite a big transformation from the first?
They were the only 3 backgrounds. So we had the roses, the damask, and then it was like a different kind of damask on one of them. But then we had to go through quite a few stages of how obvious the background would be.
Yeah.
So getting the right shading to make sure that it didn't stand out too much. Actually,
I don't know if you can see.
Is that the one? Yeah. No, I think there's too much reflection on it. I'll put a story up anyway. Yeah, you can't see that.
Is that better?
Let me just go closer. I can't see
a little bit, yeah. Oh, yeah, you can just about make it. Yeah, you can see it now.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You put them in a case.
Yeah, we've got all.
We had them for ages. We've only just done them.
Yeah. we put all of them, and the last one we've got has got the very first run. So it's actually got the very first bottles that were ever actually in production.
Oh wow!
Because we had to get every time we made a change, we had to get sample labels before, because obviously you can't just then send it out to print.
Yeah.
So we were then having to like cut them out and stick them on the bottles ourselves, wasn't we, to see what you know, if it worked. But a lot of the other things, it was more to do with the damask and getting the colour right to make sure it didn't overtake the logo. Actually, the 10 mils were harder because it's such a small area. York, that's it. Sorry, Grateful Lad, it is York. You're right. So the 10 mil. When we put the damask on, it was really busy, busy. You couldn't see it. So there was a lot of backwards and forwards with that.
Yeah. Well, Mike's nicked my next question. Are you going to be adding to your line, or would you? Are you going to like start a new lineup, or are you just going to continue it on the Black Rose line?
So we'll be adding. So the next thing, what I'm doing, what I'm working behind the scenes on at the moment is the Nick salts. So that is in full. They are going through all the testing and stuff at the moment. Sorry, that's my mouth. So they're going through their testing at the moment. So that's really been the main focus. We have got some flavours that we're working on, but I'm not really in a hurry to add to it until it's right. I don't want to just add stuff for the sake of adding it. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to end up with 10,000 flavours that nobody really cares about.
It should be a treat, shouldn't it? Liquid.
Yeah. So
massively.
It's not something we want to pedal out. So I think pina colada. I think I've already said that on Simon's live, haven't I? Pina colada. I'm 90% of that. I've put it out to testing with like Nick salts and stuff to make sure it works. So I think that's definitely going to make the cut, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really.
It's really good. It's really good. Nice. And then we've got a couple of others that I think need tweaking a little bit.
Yeah, so you've got a few more in the pipeline.
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it? It's hard also like to think outside of the box with e-liquid nowadays. I mean, what hasn't been done? You are reinventing the wheel. I don't care what anyone says with e-liquid now. You are. So you just come up with something that just tastes really good, that you really enjoy. Because black currants, I know I've got a black currant and lychee, but let's be real, it's not new, is it?
No.
No one's gone fucking hell. Like Black Rose Elixirs have done black currant and lychee with menthol in it. Groundbreaking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
There's lots of the same, but I think that's the great thing about liquid. Is like what I found when I tried to mix. And I think I was told Phil this. I've tried it before, and every time I've tried it, it smelt like mouldy forest, and it tasted just as worse. I've never been able to do it, but like when I went onto the site to get concentrates, I was like, I want a strawberry. So you type in
really
strawberry.
Look at that spotted cat. Look at her.
Hello. You're lucky Dave Lloyd's not in chat because he would have taken that off you. He loves his cats. But
sorry,
yes, right. No, there's like 120 different types of strawberries, like
I
in
reckon there's more
concentrates.
than that.
There probably is, yeah.
I reckon
But then
that's
That was
the worst one you could pick, actually. Strawberry.
I'm not a fan of strawberry. I'm really
Watermelon.
fan of strawberry. Yeah. Strawberry and raspberry for me are two that I just don't get on with because I think it's really hard to get them right.
Yeah.
You know,
Massively.
some people get them so spectacularly wrong, but that's been a bit of a learning process because when we do the liquid, you know, it's easy to go, I want strawberries and cream, but you've got to be really specific about this type of strawberry, like you say, because there's so many variations. You've got to be specific about the type of strawberry you want, the type of cream you want, you know, and all those sorts of things.
And then again, it's all so, and we all say it, and it's true. It's so subjective.
Yeah, it is. We've harassed and tapped up Nevs quite a few times, haven't we? Because he understands it, because he does it, he gets it, he gets how things come together. And I had actually had a really good chat with Woftums when we were at the expo, and he was talking to me about how different things, like you wouldn't think, like cactus and stuff like that, can completely change a liquid. And see, I just find that mind blowing. I think it's amazing that they know that and they know how these things will go together. We're just like strawberries and cream.
Because it's like you put this in, you don't taste it, but it like might bring like a sweetener note to it or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how the fuck is that?
Nevs.
Marshmallow.
Nevs is so clever.
He is,
And like I think with his range, like the neons, man, they're just like they're bang on.
Yeah, they are. But I think it might have been Graham that said to me about cucumber. He was saying because it gives
Graham's
you
one.
like the wetness of a liquid.
Well, you're vaping, Graham's at the moment, didn't you?
Yeah, got his banana custard.
Or Mana, I suppose.
Yeah, he was showing me his setup, his lab. That was quite cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I find it fascinating. I think it's brilliant. I would like to try, but I probably, like you, would end up with some fucking mad concoction that nobody could go near.
I even done the Dripper Labs one. So I've done the Dripper Labs one, and it tasted like fucking posh toothpaste. I was like, how the fuck did I manage? How the fuck have I managed that? I still fucking vaped it though, because somehow it was sort of like, oh, it's quite nice.
I have tried DIY, but the trouble is, I'm too impatient because I just think when I get this, I'm going to put this in and it's going to be the best fucking, and everyone's going to come to me and buy it because you know what I mean. It's like the dream you have when you're young and you score a goal with Wembley. And like, that's how you, Phil mixing wizard, and you vape it and you go, that's so shit.
We had a customer once.
Do you know what I mean? And it's just a letdown, isn't it? It's like going to the gym, isn't it? You know, one visit, I want to be like that when I walk out and go, sorry, I can't get out the door. Do you know what I mean?
You go on a diet for 2 days, you're like, I'm still fat.
Yeah. Wasting away.
The Tribal Buddha's saying
that mixed, and do you remember that guy that made the sticker rock and it was like crack? I was like, give me more.
Yeah, it was a one-hit wonder though, wasn't he? Lovely bloke, but the rest of them were poo.
Yeah. But it's definitely, I like the idea of it. I don't know, I'm quite a good baker, so I probably would do all right with desserts, like figuring dessert flavours out. But fruit is not my speciality at all.
See, like Tribal Buddha's saying guava and cucumber adds the moistness at low levels.
Which is what Nevs was saying.
That's right. Yeah. And cactus. See, I'm sure it was cactus as well.
Tribal Buddha's a really great DIY mixer in America, and KVTV's not in as well. He does some incredible liquids. And Sifu Mustache, if you want someone that's very out there, I'll get you in contact with him because he does like bespoke root beers and some mad flavors, and they're all fucking outstanding. And his knowledge on liquids.
You learn a lot from all these people.
Actually, interestingly enough, we have floated the idea of a root beer.
If you could do a root beer, I'd buy fucking all of them.
Do you know what? Somebody actually suggested it to me, and I was like, "We got a root beer, didn't we? Drink?" And I was like, "This is fucking horrible." But
shut up. Root beer is the best drink in the world.
It's really big in America, isn't it? Like that's a really big thing in the US. Root beer. So I've
Yeah,
put
but
forward
we added things to it as well,
yes,
didn't we?
yeah, I've
And
added some fruit to
this will
it.
be good.
Just because I think root beer can be quite bitter, can't it? So I've added some fruit to it.
It's
to see
quite
if
medicinal tasting as
yeah,
well.
so I think
But
I'll
a lot
sweeten
of
it
the
up a bit.
Americans, because like my mum's side of the family, there's got a lot in Missouri,
Mm.
and they have root beer and ice cream, root beer floats,
Yeah,
and
root beer
that's
float.
banging. So you
Yeah.
could even go down the cream route with it. But
There's a lot. There's
Yeah.
a lot of cream sodas, isn't there? There's a lot of American. Because we did funny things like we went and bought like loads of random drinks, like American drinks, just to because
yeah,
nobody knows flavors like the drinks industry, do they? They know what they're doing. So we went and bought loads of different drinks just to see what we liked, what worked, what didn't.
Tell you what, it gets you excited.
Yeah, but cream soda, cream soda. There was a lot of cream soda. Pepsi cream soda, Coke cream soda.
Those Dr. Peppers, man, I'm obsessing about them.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Dr. Pepper.
But it was a Pepsi vanilla float, wasn't it?
They did a Dr. Pepper cream soda.
Sorry, Dr. Pepper
and a
vanilla.
Dr. Pepper like. Oh, by the way, the American cans are bigger.
Yeah.
But like they had like I don't know, vanilla.
Yeah, in Missouri they do a Dr. Pepper with cherry and vanilla, and that is
that's the
fucking
one.
outstanding.
That is the one.
That might be
yeah,
they were banging.
That is like crack.
Yeah,
one you like.
I'm like, can we go to the shop?
Yeah.
I said it to me the other day. I was like, Phil, we're about 5 miles away from the shop. I'm not driving there to get you a fucking can of Dr. Pepper. What are you on?
You know when you go,
oh, please, I'll drive.
yeah, exactly. I'll drive.
We had a shop when I used to live in Hammersmith that had a little American shop, and in Missouri you get them for like 90 cents for a can. I was paying £4 for a can every couple of months. So you'd drink it, you're like, you get that itch. You're like, oh, I want another one. So every couple of months I'd treat myself to a can.
Well, we've got it's like I think it's a Cost Cutters, isn't it?
Mate, that geezer's got everything.
He has got every single drink you could ever imagine, every flavour of Monster, every American drink you can think of.
And there's an American candy shop opposite him.
There's about 15 times
forget
the price.
The candy shop. Go and see.
And they're just normal prices. They're like £1 for a can.
I'm coming. When I come down your way, I'm going to go stock up.
Mate, he's got everything in there.
We spent about 30 quid on drink. It must have been like, what the fuck are you doing? Like just
you having a kids' party or something?
We were like research, and he was like, right.
Okay. What goes well with vodka?
Oh dear.
So,
and I, of course, had to try them all at once. He was like, no, let's do it over a few days. I was like, no, let's try them all. Let's open every single one.
Yeah, I mean, and there's loads of things, and I think Nev's did it with Slimer personally. I vape that, and I was like, fuck, that's good. That's a good. His lime in that is banging, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I don't do lime. I don't like lime. I'm at the end of my second bottle.
I'm the same as you. I don't like lime because it can really make you cough, can't it? It can really go for your throat.
Oh, I don't do lime, and then he sent me that liquid, and I was like,
yeah,
I really don't want to try it. I ploughed through the first bottle in 2 days.
Changed your mind? Yeah.
2 days it was gone.
I'm the same. It's not about.
And it's the same with the lemon. I don't do lemon fucking liquids because it tastes like washing up liquid.
No, same.
It's horrendous.
Same.
That lemon bar is. I vaped it and I was like, oh. This is like a little secret pleasure for me.
Yeah. It's
so that's where we go back to, like, we're not reinventing the wheel, but pretend to, but you can get these basic recipes and you can make them enjoyable. You can make them better. You can improve on them.
Yeah.
Like you just said with the lime. You didn't really like lime juices, but you had Neb, so you got you smashing through it. So that's where you want to be with liquid now, is perfecting it, making it better. And it's never going to be perfect, but you know what I mean. We're progressing. We're getting there.
And we're really lucky as well. I mean, Wicklicker have access to really top quality, incredible concentrates. So.
So there's
so a black currant is never going to be like a cheap black currant. You know what I mean? It's always going to be
the doors have opened.
It's they've given us access to such amazing like concentrates,
and nothing's ever off the table with them. Either they're like they're so open and like, do you know what I mean? They're not like, you can't do that.
I met their lab manager at the expo, and I was like, I bet you hate me, because I'm like, every 5 minutes I'm like, can I try this? Can I have one of those?
I
don't really like the strawberry in that. Can we do something else with it?
But that's good. They probably love that because you actually care.
Yeah.
It's not like saying it's not a quick money grab saying, "Oh, give me I just want a strawberry liquid," because I know people are going to buy it. Do you know what I mean? It's not that.
Yeah.
You're actually taking the time.
Yeah, and we've always followed the ethos of exactly the same as when we were how we work in the shop. Like, we won't stock anything that we wouldn't vape ourselves, and we've actually probably done ourselves damage with that, because we won't put loads of cheap shit in the shop. It is what we know is good quality liquid, and we've tried to stick with that ethos with Black Rose. It's not, we don't just want to churn out something for a quick buck. We've both said we'd rather stay small and have our integrity than just pump out loads of stuff and be rich. Do you know what I mean? It's like, for us, it's more important. The integrity is actually more important. I know that probably sounds really lame, and everyone's like, yeah, of course, whatever. But that's genuinely the truth.
Well, I think you can feel that. I think you can feel that when you come to the shop. Or, do you know what I mean? I think
it's a brand that we love.
Listen,
it's not. I mean, it's not just we've done stuff together.
There's no, by looking on the shelf, what's what.
Yeah.
Don't they?
Yeah, because it's not like the old disposable game where everyone's in it for a quick buck, and you can go into a vape shop. I barely go into them now, but I do pass and look through the windows. You can tell the ones that are in it for the quick money that just buy all the cheap shit, or the ones that you go and you go, actually, they've got fucking really good selection in here, and it's all good names.
Well, funnily enough, we had a vape shop open probably about 20 shops down from us, didn't we, a few years ago? And that's exactly what he did. He just filled it with cheap shit, and now he's gone.
He didn't in the beginning,
but now he's gone because, and it's so that says that people. Yes, all right. People. There are money is always a factor. Of course, it is. It's a factor for all of us. But people do also want something they enjoy. Do you know what I mean? They don't just want to vape on crap.
Well, look, can't pull the wool over any vapors' eyes.
No.
They know what they're getting.
Yeah.
You can't. I couldn't come on here and go, what do you think? Yes, nice.
Yeah.
That's it, isn't it?
That's it. I think you can tell.
And that's kind of what I did with the promotion side of things as well. Because I was really surprised on Instagram, because I was quite new to it in that side. And people were like, what do you want me to do for these, for these samples? Because I said, can I send you samples? And they were like, yeah, what's the terms? How many times do I have to post? And I was like, I don't want any terms. I just want you, if you enjoy it, talk about it. Because for me, then it's authentic. It means something. It's no good if you're going, I'm vaping this today. I'm vaping this today. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean anything. I know that every single person that's posting it has enjoyed it.
Yeah, so it's like not paid promotion type thing, is it?
No.
That's the problem you get with a lot of reviews when they're getting paid to do it, and they're like, "Oh, this is really good," and then everyone's like, "This is shit. Why have you made me spend 40 quid on this?"
The only thing we're happy to pay for, in all honesty, is good quality
photography.
Pictures.
Yeah.
Because
both of us are awful at photography. That page would look like a bag of shit if it was left to us too. We're so lucky for the people that we've got.
Instagram reality, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. All the shit pictures of me attempting to take photos, but I'm quite lucky. I've got a customer that turns out to be a really good friend of mine now. He's an amazing photographer, so he's doing all my photography for me.
I always say I've got a Pinterest mind and an eBay actual hands, because I straight up it just looks like, in my head it looks amazing. Then I do it and I'm like, that is dog shit. That's so bad.
It's worth mentioning you there, actually, mate, because it's been nice, obviously, stocking your coils in the shop, and you actually giving me descriptions and high quality pictures.
Yeah,
that's I haven't had that from a call before, and presentation from you is just like 20 out of 10, man. You cheers. props to you for that, because honestly, and it's not, and also like I can talk to you, which is amazing, and I've not had that before, so that's been,
and being able to put them on the website, because you know high quality pictures are everything. They
so
are. You can't just put a robot picture on because people won't buy it.
Yeah, because
so I know talking to you about this now, you get.
Yeah.
I know you get.
I understand exactly what you're on about. It's mental, because if I ever took you down the rabbit hole of me trying to start fucking the Cloud Cartel, it was fucking horrendous to start with. Me trying to design my own logos.
That's when we started, wasn't it? You know that. Do you know that TikTok? You know where they play the Titanic music with the recorder?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my pictures.
The original.
Do you know what I mean?
It's really funny because the original vape pup we thought was really cool, but then a couple of years down the road, we both went, "Oh my god, this is so shit! The logo, everything's so bad." We had to have a complete overhaul, didn't we?
Don't anyone scroll down the vape pup
Oh god!
down the bottom.
I've already done it, mate. I've done it. I had to have a look.
At the bottom, it's like, "Hey, you guys, Mama, you've been bad."
It's like when they what's it on Facebook? You know, do you remember this? And it's 10 years ago, and you go, "Oh no, please, why are you showing me this?"
It's like it is like photographs of yourself, isn't it?
Oh mate, I'm so happy I kept out of a load of photos from like 20 years ago. I look fucking horrendous.
Amen to that.
I look horrific now. Oh, we went to a wedding and we just had all the professional photos, and everyone, I'm like,
do you know what? My twin brother's wedding, mate. I was like, mate, I'm looking sharp.
Look good. You did look
and every
good.
picture, I'm like this. You know what I mean? It's like, what's going on?
We just don't photograph well, do we?
No.
Neither do I. When we was on holiday, the missus wanted to have the first professional family photos taken, and the missus, I was like, "Oh, fuck it, I'll buy a shirt." So I got a short sleeve shirt, and I got it, and I was like, "I feel alright." And the missus like, "I'll be 5 minutes," and she comes out looking fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So we get these photos done, and I look like a fucking bag of shit. I look, and the missus
goddess next to you.
Yeah. I was like, "For fuck's sake." Got a body like a dropped lasagna.
What's she doing with him?
It's fucking ridiculous. It's like, what's happened to me?
I
never used to have a belly.
Must go. He's got a few quid or a big.
Yeah.
Neither.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
Really
it's like when the missus first comes.
Well.
When the missus first came to my work, my mate was like, "How the fuck did you get hurt?" Persistence.
Some of us have got it.
Yeah. But it's fucking mental. But do you know what? It's quite nice, like seeing like a couple that are in it together, and you're doing this whole journey together, and you're creating liquids.
It's really corny, but we do everything. So people say it to us, like, they say it to me, "How do you work with your husband all the time?" I'm like, "Well, we just work really well together. We just bounce off each other." I couldn't do my side of things without you, and you couldn't do your side of things without me. It just works. It does. And
yeah, because I dropped Phil in it, because the amount of times when we've been messaging, he goes, "I'll have to get Chrissy to do that. That's Chrissy's department." It's like, what do I do?
He says that quite a lot, actually.
Get a monkey off your back, isn't it?
Yeah.
Someone else's job, that. It's not my department, darling.
Yeah. I can't even send him to the shop for milk. He'll phone me from the supermarket and go, where is it in the supermarket? I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a fucking map of every single supermarket in the country.
Hang on.
I've got to be honest. I was like that until we had the pandemic, and now I'm a bit of a demon in the fucking food shop. I know where fucking everything is, but
until they change everything around.
That pisses me off. They moved the fucking peanut butter, and it was like someone called me a cunt. I was not happy. Where's your fucking peanut butter? Why isn't it over there? It's always there.
Yeah, you get so used to the layout, don't you? They change it and like,
I love that.
Fuck?
You fucking moved it, didn't you?
Yeah.
You've done it on purpose.
I get rage sweats. Like when I go to the missus, like, okay, we do shopping list. I know the order I have to walk in. So it's like baby shit, fruit and veg. Then it's the milk and cheese. So I know the way I walk. And if she puts something like cleaning shit with the veg, it throws me, and I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, well, you have to put it in order.
Yeah.
He's worse than me.
Yeah.
He's worse than me. You thought
And I get upset with myself. And I just want to sit on the floor and cry. Like, I can't do this.
I'm like that with certain things.
Yeah,
I'm
you
that
are
with
like
certain
that.
things. I respect it. I respect it.
Earliness. He's not. He leaves. The shop not opens at 9 o'clock. He lives there about 7:30. And if it's like 25 to 8, he goes, "I'm late." And I'm like, "You're fucking late for what? The shop doesn't open for an hour and a half. What are you on about?"
Mate, you won't find a speck of dust in my shop, mate.
Who's in there? An hour and a half early, cleans everything, every window, every counter.
It means he cares.
If someone's been in there and there's like, I'll go in and there's been a box move, and he goes, "It's a shithole in here." I'm like, there's not even anything out of place. What are you on about?
But you know what? I like that if someone comes into my shop for the first time and it's different from a dark, dingy blokes with massive holes in their ears.
Yeah.
And, do you know what I mean? Like, just going... It's nice. Yeah. It's a nice experience for everyone to come into...
This office stresses him out. It's I'm organised chaos. I'm organised chaos, mate. Like, that's how I function. And you hate it out here, don't you?
I've never known someone with so many shit drawers.
Oh, the odds and sods drawer.
I've got about 5.
That's everything.
And then instead of sorting it out, I'll transfer it to a box, and then that will go with the other boxes of shit, and then the drawers will fill up, and that will go into a new box of shit.
You don't look happy.
The loft. The loft brings me out in hives, mate.
He says, "I think the loft is a magical place where things go and disappear."
No, you think it's a stately home up there. Put it in the loft. Yeah, put it in the loft.
It's out of the way.
Yeah, put it in the loft. Yeah.
Outside, out of mind.
Everything in the loft.
I'm a true believer of that. Out of sight, out of mind.
It's like a black hole.
See, I used to be a messy bastard. I never used to clean anything. But the missus has got really bad OCD and everything has to be spotless and that. But it's rubbed off on me.
Lovely.
Like, really badly.
Yeah.
So I
really badly, he's good.
See, like, I'm sitting here and I can see that the high chairs... I've moved the high chair because it normally sits here.
Yeah.
And I've moved to the middle of the room and I can see it's in the middle of the room and I'm like, I just want to move it because it's in the fucking middle of the room. But I'm really clumsy and I kick shit. I walk into shit and like stub my toes. So that's what I like. The floor's nice and clean because my little toenails they go like once every 2 months because I kick shit. Like, I walk past the side of the chair and I guarantee you I'll stub my toe on it at least once a week. Mrs. finds it fucking hilarious. I walk into door frames. This door frame here I've walked into at least once every couple of days. I know it's there.
Our boys are so clumsy, aren't they? Someone's always falling down the stairs. He'd just walk into a wall, wouldn't he, Jensen? He'd just let straight up, just walk into a wall. And you're like, how? How did that even happen? Our oldest one, his teacher said to me, he's like, what did she say? He's like a baby giraffe. Yeah. He just
legs everywhere.
It's just like this when he comes into the classroom.
So I'm clumsy as well. I burn myself all the time. I cut my hands all the time.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee you, I say 100% that I over clean my coils because every time I make coils, I bleed.
Where's the camera? Can you see that? I sawed through my hand.
Bloody hell!
Can you see that there?
Yeah.
I hate the way these cameras go. Can you see it?
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
Cutting the apple tree and just went, and I was just stood there looking at the inside of my hand, and I was like, and you didn't bleed. You know when it doesn't bleed for a minute, and I was like,
yeah.
Ooh, I think I need to go to the hospital.
That's good timing, that as well, wasn't it?
He walked through the door from work. I went, hello, and I went, I think I need to go to the hospital. Just flesh hanging off my hand.
Honey, I'm home. Yeah, I need to go to the hospital. Brilliant.
I'm up A&E all the time. I'm not on first name basis with them. I'm terrible.
Yeah, I was like that. Really
train on the NHS.
I'm right burden on them.
Yeah. So I'm silly enough. Like I used to have I had a custom ring made. I'd have cut off about 2 years ago. Fucking cooked an omelette for the missus with a cast iron handle. I put it in the oven for 10 minutes to cook the tops. What did I do?
Oh.
So, huh?
And then you don't know what to do with it, do you? You don't know what to do because now you've committed to it and you've got it in your hand. And you're not know what to do
big
next.
blisters,
Let go of it.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't know. It's too painful.
No.
But the best thing about it was the missus was like, "Get the butter." So she's rubbing butter in my hand.
Oh, it's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, the pain's getting worse.
Yeah,
and
I
had little Dan. I had a aloe vera tree in the kitchen. Just a little one. I just ripped the shit out of that. Just rub it. It feels better. Go to the hospital. He goes, you know, you shouldn't rub butter in it. I was like, yeah. I thought fucking we worked out in the missus.
It's when she started seasoning it.
Yeah.
It's got a bit fucked up.
That is an old wives' tale. That's not true. Butter on it does not work at all.
Oh, I had half a tub of clover in my hand before I really started to know that it was starting to hurt a bit too much.
When she was going,
yeah. Look at all that fat, that gristle around the side. Let's just get into that.
Yeah.
But no, I guarantee you, every time I'm out there building, I've cut my finger. I think I done it on the last build stream. I decided to stick my knuckles against the coils.
Ow.
I slammed my hand in the boot about 6 months ago. That was a great one. But I slammed the hand that I was closing the boot with. Now, that's a skill.
That is a skill.
Yeah,
that is a real skill.
I was closing the boot like that. As I walked past, my hand slipped in front of it, straight over my hand. And I worked out that I squeal like a pig when I'm in serious pain. This is at like 5:30 in the morning, going to work. My neighbour walks out of his dog. He's like, "What's wrong with you?" Because I couldn't lean over and open the boot. She had to open the boot for me. Oh, fuck my hand massively. And that was great fun. But that's how clumsy I can get. So if I was like your son when he was his age, so you're going to have someone like me when he grows up. Just to wrap him in bubble wrap. You'll be fine.
He just falls down the stairs. He comes bounding down the stairs and just headbutts the door every time he comes down. It's ridiculous.
If there was no danger, he'd find it.
We used to say he should be a tester for children's toys because I'll tell you what, you could give him the most indestructible toy in the world. He'd break that fuck up within 2 minutes. I'm telling you, he would.
Yeah, death by a teddy bear or something.
Yeah, he would, definitely. He should be like the symbol for how they get the symbol on their toys. Because he would find a way for it to be dangerous.
Well, I managed to break the JCB indestructible phone within about a month. That stopped working on me.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Good luck. That's all I can say.
Thanks.
You just need to cover every side in those old pool noodles that you used to get for the swimming pool. Everything's...
Yeah, what do they call them now? Woggles, isn't it? They're called woggles. Yeah, the bendy ones. Yeah.
Just stick everything on there, you'll be fine. It's fine.
Oh, dear.
So the last question I've got for you is: what is the future? What would the future be for Black Rose if you had it your way within 5 years? Where would you like to see it, and how would you like to see it grow?
Oh, good question. That is a really good question. That's hard. I'd just like it to be a really well-respected brand. I'd like it to be something that people. It's a thing people to look to set the bar. I think a lot of our intention was to take it back to how vaping, when we first started vaping, how exciting it was. You know, when we had the 30 mils and glass bottles and stuff like that. And customers used to come into the shop and they were so excited about, you've got a new flavour, we'll try that, blah, blah. And that's been lost. And so for us, this journey is kind of, we're trying to bring back that excitement, not churning bottles out and stuff. So for me, obviously it'd be nice to make a bit of money, but it's more about for us just being a good, well-respected brand. That is what I'd like to see. I'd like to see it. Everybody knows it, and everybody knows it for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons.
Which is a nice way of saying we're not making any money.
We're skinned. So can you buy some?
Is that a backdrop behind it? Just a green screen?
That's it.
No, I agree. You just in 5 years' time, it'd be nice that people understand that we don't rush into anything. We take our time, and although listen, we're not going to be able to get everyone to like
No,
everything
taste
that
is
we do.
subjective, isn't it?
But
Yeah.
it would be nice to go, yeah, that's a good quality brand. They give a shit about what they're doing, and
We'd like to be
evolve the flavours.
you
as
know,
well.
up there, the ones that you always remember, like Illusions, 12 Monkeys, Wicklicker. Do you know what I mean? The ones that you, no matter who you say it to in the vaping community, go, oh yeah, I know them.
Yeah.
You know, and for the right reasons, not, oh yeah, I know them. Do you know what I mean? I can get them in the petrol station. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. So would you like to go international with it? Would you like to see it go further into?
Yeah, definitely. Well, funnily enough, we've had a lot of interest from America, the US. I've had a shitter of a week. I've sent loads of parcels, and they've all been sent back. They've all been refused by customs. So that was really embarrassing. First off, and you know that the postage is so expensive to get it over there. So I actually think it would do really well in the US, but it's such a bizarre market to get into because of their laws.
Yeah, I think I had a chat.
Yeah,
I had a chat to Phil about because it is such grey area that I luckily I had a good look into it because I wanted to get into a couple of shops in the US as well, and there is legal ways into it. It's just that they don't advertise it. It's that sort of shit. It's not what you know, it's who you know type job. Like you can do it, but the shipping is fucking horrendous.
It is.
They've been such a cracking audience as well. Like some of them, like Chrissy said, look, it's going to be an extra. What was it? 30 odd quid, wasn't it?
Well, one guy's, I sent it out by a certain postage and it got bounced back. And I said to him, look, the only choice I've got here is to send it by UPS. I have sent to America by UPS. That's not me saying I'll get it. I'll guarantee it will get there. That's a risk you have to say that you'll take. If it doesn't get to you, you're going to have to accept that. And he was like, it's fine. I'll pay the postage. I think that should have arrived with him today, actually.
Imagine how disappointed he'll be.
But we're talking like
doesn't like it.
We're talking like we're talking like $60 in shipping. Like it's ridiculous. But we've had a lot of interest from other countries. We've had India.
Cheers, D&T, by the way. Thank you, mate.
Yes. Yeah, Canada. Actually, Canada's a lot easier to get to. I have sent parcels to Canada quite easily. But we've had interest from India, Morocco, Greece. There's been quite a few, and it's heartbreaking really because we're just not geared up for it. We're just not big enough to be able to deal with that level of what they want, and also a lot. Yeah, people don't understand that it really is just the two of us. That's it. And a lot of what they vape is different. So. I think it's Greece. They have.
Mike was telling us, wasn't he?
They have like they just have the concentrate, so that's all you send them, and they fill the bottle with the PG and V because it's cheaper.
The
it's like
Germany do that as well.
PG. Whereas if you buy it as a retailer, you don't get taxed on it, or it's not as high the tax, so it's easier for them to do it that way.
Yeah.
But Germany does that.
It's not just a case of we'll send that. That means we have to. It's a whole new label. It's a whole new bottle, and we're not talking 5 bottles. You know, it has to be a large order to make it, and we're just not geared up for it. I mean, I think it was India or Pakistan. I can't remember, but he wanted it. They were quite specific about what he wanted.
And can I just have a few bottles? And we're like.
He wanted like 20 bottles, and I was like, dude, I would need you to order like 500 bottles for this to even be
more than that.
For us to be capable of doing it, you know. So for us, it's quite frustrating being little, but we'll get there eventually. We will get there.
I would definitely like to enter the Canadian and the American market because I know they would enjoy it.
Yeah,
I
most
know
definitely.
they would.
You've just got to find the right channel to get it in there.
Yeah,
so that it's
100%.
not postage focused.
I think it would have to be business to business.
Yeah.
That's your only way of doing it, especially to the US.
Yeah.
But it's like if you go to somewhere like Malaysia, they have like mung bean flavors, which is
I've heard that.
They've got a liquid called Supwa, which is a mung bean cream, and apparently it tastes like dirt. But I really want to try it. But it's one of the best liquids out there, and Borgio, which is another Malaysian liquid, which is a mung bean liquid, but it's to their palate. So they all go.
That's the thing. It's to their palate. No, that is.
No, Wofton's was saying that though. They've got a flavour that's really popular in Australia, and he said it's like.
Yes, I remember.
It's like earth, isn't it? It's like.
Yeah,
but it's like their most popular flavour over there.
Yeah.
It's like. It's
So
mad, isn't it? Different taste.
If you get into like, especially like the Saudi Arabia and that sort of Dubai area where your liquids would do so well because it's so out of the norm. The audience would be like, oh fuck, we haven't had this before. Do you know what I mean? And it's the same as like when Phil was dragging me around being Mr. Salesman.
Oh my god, he's a nightmare, isn't he?
Okay, now and it was like, try this, it's fucking cloudberry. I was like, the fuck is a cloudberry? You know what I mean?
What cloudberry was though, didn't you?
I did, yeah. But it'll be the same thing. You'd have that same excitement from customers, like, oh, what's that? It's like in America they don't have blackcurrant cordial.
Oh really?
No.
What?
So you bring it. I have no idea. But like when I used to go out to see my family, and they say, "Oh, I'd have a snake bite black," so I used to love that. So have you got any blackcurrant cordial? What the fuck is that? So it's something completely different. So if you get into those sort of markets, you'd have that same excitement. And I think you do fucking
like I said,
so
we've
well.
had so much. I'm literally on a daily basis get US interest constantly. I mean, it's really hard now to sort of. I've actually had to switch it off on the website because one thing that stresses me out more than anything is letting a customer down. And to have parcels come back and have to say to them, I'm really sorry, but your parcel hasn't made it. It's awful. It stresses me out. Like I'm literally for like a week, I'm on edge to see if this parcel gets anywhere. So at the moment, I've just had to switch it off because I don't feel like I can reliably get it to them. And until I can find a way that I can reliably do that, I don't want to commit to it because I don't want to give us a bad name. You know,
100%.
There's nothing worse than people being let down, is there?
No. Yeah, I'm pretty similar to you. And like I've been texting Phil constantly about waiting for these fucking labels to turn up for course, and it stresses me out because it's like it's different if I haven't done it.
Yeah,
but it's when you're relying on other people.
Yeah,
you'd already told me. And what did I say to this? How bad my memory is. I said to him, what did you say? I forgot what you said. I forgot. He went, I told him that. I was like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I am bad with it.
But honestly, that sort of thing will keep me up. That will keep me up at night. I'll be like 3 o'clock in the morning. Phil, do you think the parcel's got there?
It's horrendous. It's like when I ship abroad, it's just squeaky bum the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But
all right. Okay. Sorry, little one.
That's right.
No, it is. It is. So I've had to. Unfortunately, I've had to turn it off at the moment, which doesn't feel good in itself. It's not a nice feeling to, because I get emails saying, why can't I buy it on your website? And it's just horrible. It's just a horrible situation, and it's mad because there's no nicotine in it. Like I'm like, he laughs at me because I'm like Mrs. Honest, you know. I will say exactly what is in it on the shipping, you know, on customs forms. I couldn't tell you it was light bulbs. I'll have to say this is e-liquid. It's got no nicotine, probably to my own detriment, to be honest. But I've got this thing that like I'm going to wake up and customs are at the door. With a, you know what I mean?
Do send this package.
when supermarket car parks are empty.
Yeah.
What do you do? Drive across them, didn't
I can't.
She's like,
that.
That's illegal. I'm like, fucking shut up, man.
I'm probably honest to my own detriment. I probably should say it's something else in the parcel, but I can't do it. I can't do it. It's got no nicotine in it. It's so mad. It's so mad.
And it seems like it's only getting worse out there for them.
Yeah.
And Australia the same.
Yeah. But it's Australia, I think it has to be sealed, doesn't it? It actually has to have a seal on it to go through customs to prove it's not open. I think Wofton was saying that if he takes liquids back with him, it had to be a sealed bottle, otherwise they would take it off it. Yeah.
It's weird. You go through like Gatwick with liquids. Then, oh yeah, that's fine. What's that? Do you know what
That's
I mean?
it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
The only thing they worried about us when we was at the airport at Gatwick was we had baby food and we had like what they call these sterilised water in a flask.
Yeah.
And then they pulled out a mech and it was like, he was like, oh, that looks a bit dangerous. It's a vape. He was like, okay, that's fine. Put it back in.
I went through nothing to declare. I went through nothing to declare once and got stopped. And I'm not joking. I had about 10,000 cigarettes in my suitcase. I don't know how I got away with it. I just chatted this bloke up, and he just went, "Yeah, it's all right, go through." And I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" Like, I thought I was going to prison. You know what I mean? Like I was carrying a fucking kilo of cocaine with me or something.
See, I used to keep the 400s, and I used to put 400 in my mum's, 400 in my dad's. So they asked you smoke.
When you were 7. Yes, Mum.
Yeah.
That's probably what.
It's when you die.
That's probably what triggered it. That's probably why I'm so bloody honest now. It's the stress of it.
Probably.
I'm got PTSD over Gatwick.
Oh,
dear.
there you go. Mallory saying, call it fog machine liquid. Tribal Buddha, his are listed as essential oils.
Yeah, we had one. We had some mods come over. What were they called? What were those mods you got? They were beautiful. Cartel mods, yeah. And they, I think they sent them over as like battery or torch parts or something like that. It said on the label.
I sent liquid to Mike in America, and I labelled it as flavoured sex lubricant.
Oh. You'll have to send them. I can't do that. You'll have to fill out the customs forms. I won't be able to.
I done it 3 times, and I was getting dodgy looks because it was wire art and flavoured sex lubricant, and the guy was like, "Okay." It's VG.
Yeah, maybe I'm too silly for my own good, but I just think. Do you know what? As well, when I was younger, do you remember bum fights? Do you ever remember watching that?
Bum fights.
Yeah, have you never seen it?
Tramps fighting.
Yeah, so they were like filming. They were paying.
He's picturing actual bums.
They were paying like tramps to fight each other, and
yeah,
I don't know what possessed me to do it, but I ordered the DVD, and the customs actually sent me a letter saying, "We've destroyed this because it's obscene material." I actually received a letter from them, and I was like, "Oh, I'm really sorry."
Did you actually buy?
I did. I actually bought
fighting.
it. Bum fights. I actually bought it.
Never knew that.
There you go. You learn something new every day.
We really do. It's all come out in the cartel show.
It has. That's it. Secrets.
It's just mental, though. It's at the end of the day, it's just a fucking harm reduction tool. It's not like.
Everyone just needs to calm down.
It's not like you're sending crack, is it? Do you know what I mean?
No.
You're sending something that people are using anyway. It's not like they're not using it, is it? But I tell you what the problem is. I've noticed a lot on TikTok when they put, especially on Nevin's thing, when he puts a TikTok up, they're commenting. Quite a lot of doctors over there are telling people they've got popcorn lung.
Oh man!
Yeah.
So they're convinced that they've all got popcorn lung and people are dying of it when. They're using the wrong terminology to them, so it's like convincing people it's something it's not
by lying.
Yeah,
by lying. You're lying.
I put one TikTok up and I got my channel taken down.
Yeah,
I never bothered after that. I'm not very good at stuff like that.
I had a row with a nurse on Facebook from the UK because she'd put on one of my friends' thing. I've seen 4 people with popcorn lung this week, and I was like, "But you haven't. That's a lie. You can go on your own NHS website that says there's not a single recorded case of popcorn lung.
Yeah.
So that's a lie. You know, it's whatever it is you're being told it is. It's not.
It was my mum and dad and doctor that told me to go vaping. Because I was smoking, so I was 60 a day.
Our doctor sends people up to us, don't they? Yeah. Our doctor sends people up to our shop, and we've actually worked with Provide, and we actually had to take a course. We've got certificates and everything of like official smoking cessation. So we've got the CO2 machine and everything, so we can take people from smoking to vaping and test them over 6 weeks, and they have to keep coming in and doing breath tests and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so.
They're right behind it.
They are totally right behind it. But,
yeah, it's fucking mental. I
Yeah.
can't believe how bad it is out there.
yeah, it is. It's a shame as well for the people that just genuinely want to do it.
You
know.
find yourself having to be a politician if you want to vape in America or anywhere like that, don't you?
Yeah.
Having to sign all these call for actions, go to your local towns meeting, get
Yeah.
hold of your local senator. It's like, can you imagine the UK trying to do that?
But you can go to Walmart and buy a gun.
Yeah.
All the child safety caps, all the limitation on the size of everything. Yeah, we don't limit. I mean, gambling's on every phone, on every app,
Yeah.
which ruins
You
lives.
can go and buy 2 litres of
Alcohol.
bleach.
Alcohol,
That's all right.
bottles of gin. I'm not being funny. I know they've got the crack seal.
Oh,
but you're not
kids could get
pushing
them
and
open
twisting
in
it
5
down.
minutes, couldn't they?
Oh,
Bottle of
yeah.
gin. Easy.
There's no child safety cap on a bottle of gin.
I've got bottles of gin that are cork. Literally just pop out.
Now, what are we doing?
Shit.
What are we doing? It's just mental. I mean, well, we do know what we're doing. It's money.
But
We know
for the US, I feel more sorry for them because it's like the tobacco industry really rules them, doesn't it? They really
Oh,
rule
there's so
everything.
much fucking money in it.
Yeah, so they're just
And
being
they've got
totally,
e-cigarettes.
they've been totally penalised by them completely and utterly.
Yeah, we just
That's
got
why
to
I
hope
was
that.
really frightened about the disposable thing when it came over. I was really frightened because the main thing that kicked off in America, and Juul was sort of like villainised for it, weren't they?
Yeah.
Because they were in school
Juul
playgrounds.
is a cigarette company, isn't it? I think Juul is, isn't it?
I don't think it is. I'm not.
Probably Tribal Buddy will know that.
I'm sure Juul are owned by a tobacco company.
The other thing is just like when we did like our compliance for our nicotine containing products, it's like that's on the MHRA.gov.
Yeah.
Think about that. If you go on the MHRA.gov, what's listed on there? It's chemicals.
Yeah.
Now, nicotine was never a tobacco product until vaping came along. It was never a tobacco product ever until vaping came along.
I think we'll get a lot of taxes here. I think that will happen.
Tribal Buddha's put no, Juul isn't a tobacco.
Oh, I thought it was. It must be one of the other ones.
No, and I do believe at a point in time it was the fastest growing and gross profit company in the world at the time.
Yeah.
When they were out. But that's what scared me about disposables because I saw what happened with them. Don't worry, I'm not going to talk about disposables. But that when I saw that happen over there, America really jumped on that with the Juul stuff.
Well, do you know we can't get insurance. There's only one company in the whole of the UK that will insure our shop now because of everything that happened that in 2019 in the US.
Yeah.
All the insurance companies here went, no, we're not insuring you. There's one company in the UK that will insure our shop, and they will not insure. They will only insure for public liability if somebody trips over or something. Nothing vaping related, and and if the shop gets burgled or something like that, they just totally stopped everything. They were like, nope, nothing.
Shit.
Yeah.
This country where I'm not being funny, but if you go up your high street or any of the guys in chat, wherever they are in the country, and I'm sure some of the guys can say in the chat if they want to, but do you see anyone smoking that much?
No, it's quite a lot of
not really.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't see many.
Very mainstream.
Yeah, so but because of that, it had a total knock-on effect here. It really did. The insurance companies were like, no, because that's going to happen here.
The thing that upset me was I'm a limited company, and I was tobacco products. I'm under because there's not, you haven't got your own like category.
Even I don't know if your logo is trademark, but ours is trademark, and it has to go under class 34, which is tobacco, e-cigarettes, tobacco products, all that sort of stuff. It's all in the same. It's all in the same band, all of it. Like you say, it's just all grouped together.
Yeah, they're like, oh, what do you do? And I was like, oh, this. And they were like, oh, I don't know what to get you under. So, like, the guy that done it for me, the accountant, he had to go off and ask, like, loads of people. And he was like, oh, apparently you're a tobacco company. I was like, am I?
I'm pretty sure that's what ours is listed at as a limited company. Yeah, I think it's like tobacco stockist or something like that.
Yeah, it's fucking mental. It was like,
and when you're on Facebook, you have to be tobacco shop as well, I think, don't you?
Yeah. Well, my first Instagram before I locked myself out was a business Instagram, and that was done under a tobacco drug paraphernalia, and it just limited everything.
Yeah.
Limited everything. So that's why this one, it's just a bog standard profile now.
It's funny, isn't it? Because actually, Black Rose Elixirs, we could actually get away with advertising it on Instagram and Facebook because it doesn't say anything about vaping. But so you can get round it. I wouldn't, but you could actually get round it just by using the name.
Yeah, massively. Yeah, it's like the wife. She's got a Instagram book reviewing thing. She does all these book reviews for publishing companies. And obviously, it's something. It's not like vape related, but the amount of stuff that she gets offered is unbelievable. Like paid promotion that people offer her, like all this other stuff, and you're thinking someone like people like us in the vaping industry. Like, you wouldn't get any of that.
No.
You would not get offered any of that. It's because
you're not interested. Do you know we can't even get a charity box in our shop?
Fuck off, really?
Straight up, I kid you not. We have tried about 7 different charities. Because loads of people have loose change, don't they? And they want to put it somewhere. Every time we ask for one, as soon as they know who we are, they won't send one. And it's like, we're trying to give you money. We're trying to actually give you money, but they won't touch it. And I had a conversation with Vapour. It was one of the guys at Vapour Awards, and he said they were trying to give to charity, weren't they? Thousands and thousands of pounds. Charities wouldn't accept it because it was from a vape industry, so they had to go through like another. They had to do it in a different way so that the charity could get the money, but it wasn't associated with vaping. I mean, it's bonkers, isn't it?
It's weird because my wife runs a charity. She's got her own charity she set up when her dad died, under his name. And I don't think any of those, because she works along with that Human Appeal as well, because her friend helps run that as well. Yeah. And I don't think they would ever turn around and say no to money. It's mental. Some of these charities.
It is mental that your industry can affect whether someone will take money from you.
The mental thing about charities, anyway, is that the people that run it are on fucking 6 figures.
Oh.
It's like you look at charity jobs. There's so much money in it.
Cancer research. They've got like target boards and stuff in their shop. Like they have to hit like sales targets and stuff. I mean, it's a charity shop. They have like monthly sales targets they have to hit.
I have a big problem with donating though to the bigger companies because I just. How can I say it? You just know that a high percentage of that is going on wages and rent.
Yeah, it's like give £5 a month for a mosquito net. Well, that advert just cost you like £500,000.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they got the company that they
of your £5 is actually going to make it.
Not even that. It's probably not even that.
I'd rather give it to someone who's like. I'd rather someone get in contact with me like local if maybe their we've done that before, haven't we? Our customers are so generous with stuff like that, but I'd rather give it to someone local. Maybe they've got a child in like going to Great Ormond Street or something like that. Anything we could do like that, I'm all about that. I've always said that, like, bring something in if it helps. I mean, it could be 150 quid to 150 quid, and it wouldn't take you long to get there.
No. We did it for a little girl, didn't we? One of our customers, her granddaughter, she's got something wrong with her, and we raised money for that, didn't we?
That's amazing.
As soon as we put a charity box on, it was like hundreds of quid in there for
people
this little girl.
Like 20s,
for this little girl.
Up.
So we can
vaping community.
We can make an effect, but people just like that. But actually, the doctor just said, speak to Yorkshire Cancer Research. They made the vaping. What was that, demystified? They won't have any issues with use of a vape. That's good. That's good to know. Thank you. I'll have a look at them.
Mike gets nothing. Oh, because he works for. He does a charity. He has a charity, doesn't he?
His is amazing.
He can send me something.
Yeah, absolutely.
All day long.
But that's the thing. It's we'd rather support the little guys, most definitely. That actually we benefit from that sort of money.
Oh yeah, massively. Because if you do any of the big ones, obviously.
I'll tell you what you notice as well, like how the vaping community is real. Like, do you know what I mean? They come into my shop. If they see something like that and they know that, they'll put their hand in their pockets like straight up.
They are.
Yeah, I've got to give it up to especially the American lot, because I know on my other show across the pond, I did with the guy from Texas, guy from Massachusetts, and the girl from Texas. They're always got these just giving pages for like other like you got Texas mama, like poor woman, like she's gone through lots, and they always do meal trains for me. It's like a GoFundMe page, and everybody's doing stuff. And look at Jeremy V. What he does, he builds houses for people that have had tsunamis and shit. Yeah. And you see like it, you just see the money. It's not people giving like 2 or 3 quid. It's like 50, 100, 150. It's large sums of money that they're giving. Yeah. And it is really nice to see when you have shit like that. Yeah.
It's just a shame. It's a shame that it's like, even it's really funny, even in our street. I mean, you've seen the street where our shop is. It's a lovely little street. But we're like the cancer of the high street. We're not included in anything, any kind of meetings. They do this like what's it called, the 5 or something, isn't it? Where
I'm excluded.
They make like items like a £5 sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just because of you. But they're like, we're not included in anything. And if there's like pictures of the street and the shops and stuff, we're like, we're figured out, aren't we? We're actually like blurred out. They just will not associate with us at all, the high street. And it's so funny because we've been there longer than, I'd say, about 60% of the businesses. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? The turnover of businesses in a high street, and we're still there, contributing to the economy, the local economy, and yet they won't associate with us. They'll have nothing to do with us.
It's not seen as doing a good thing, is it? It's seen as doing a bad thing.
Yeah.
And that needs to get debunked, really.
Yeah, it does.
Because people forget it's a harm reduction tool.
Yeah.
People don't see it as that, especially the older generation. Even though you do get little old Doris walking down the road with a vape pen, but the ones that you get that go to like the town meetings and that's like Gladys in her 90s. The
only ones that know.
I will say though, our town, probably because about 90% of Malden are about 60 or older, but we've got a really large customer base of older people, haven't we? Like really, most of our business comes from, I would say, people over 60, wouldn't you? Yeah. It's like we've got a really, really older generation.
But it's a pretty shop though. It's not like if you type in vape shop on Google, you know what I mean? It looks very much targeted towards like late teens, early 20s, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like with like pictures like Star Wars and do you know what I mean? Like big vape players. But yours is actually, it looks like a boutique type shop from the outside.
That's good to hear that. Thank you.
And the little bits I've seen, because I haven't been down to see you guys yet. But it's so bad. Even I showed my mum your shop. She's like, "Oh, I want to go down and have a look." And the missus wants to come down. So it looks like you'd have the whole fucking clan coming down. But it looks pretty. It looks nice. It doesn't look like like the old school hemp shops and the old
I know what you mean. Yeah.
It don't look like anything.
I suppose that's kind of been reflected on the customer base. I suppose we've tried. We've always said we always grow organically. We don't push things in people's faces.
Yeah.
And so I suppose that it's kind of evolved around them, really, hasn't it?
The reason you see us, like, everyone on these lives have always got these massive, like, lightsaber fucking vape.
Yeah.
We're always mouth along, but that's bread and butter to us. That is what we sell.
That has been the biggest. That's been the biggest from when we started. No, I don't mean it like that. I'm not having a go at them because they've worked so well.
In actual fact, it looks bad for us because we look like we're frauds. But for us, that is 90% of our life is mouth to lung. It's actually big bottle, short fills are so secondary to us.
But big bottle guys have the little day vape as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
From back in the day, they had little vapes.
Yeah, but even Black Rose was never going to be a big bottle. Yeah.
Was it always going to be 50-50?
Always going to be 50-50. And actually, it was Wicklicker, the owner of Wicklicker, actually said to us, you need to put it in big bottle. You do. And thank fuck he did. Because nobody will touch the 50-50s. For us, it sells by the bucket load. but everyone wants nip salts.
Mm.
So it's,
See, I use a Caliburn G in the car.
Yeah.
See, got a little day vape.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to be
go.
disposables for about 4 months.
Do you know what? I'm not as bad as I was. I think they've got a place. They do.
Oh,
for
massively.
Convenience. If people are out on a night out, I get it. I do get it. I just don't like the way they're targeted towards children. You know,
Yeah.
the boys, every one of their friends has got it, and I think the only reason they don't vape, I was talking to our middle one about it today, is because they've lived in an environment where vaping is our life and our business. It's not exciting for them.
Yeah.
So,
well, Mike,
See,
thanks for
mate.
stopping by.
Mate.
It's not exciting for them. It's not dangerous and secretive because it's their everyday life, you know. So they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you vaping? Ooh, wow." You know what I mean? Whereas for other
Yeah.
kids, it's like, "Oh, I'm vaping." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
But even for the kids side of it, I'm really on the fence of it because obviously I started smoking so young. I would have done it anyway. So if the kids are going to smoke, I would probably prefer them.
I
to
agree with
vape
you.
and
I do
smoke.
agree with you.
He's right, no, he's right.
There's two problems I have with that, which I've said on Simon's show. Number one, when you first started smoking, it was fucking awful, and you only did it to impress your mates. Whereas vaping is creams and strawberry and bubble gum, and it's so much easier. And number two, it's 20 milligram nicotine. So not only are you taking on nicotine, you're taking on an incredibly high amount of nicotine, very young. You're fucked. That's it. You're in it for the long haul.
I think
you're not getting away from that. You know?
think at the end of the day, whatever good that you see from it, unfortunately, it's become irrelevant. It's just all lost in translation now. And like I've said about the industry before, it makes me sad. And I think lots of us saw when we went to the expo in particular, I think a lot of people were quite upset from what they saw the reality of what the industry is now. And we're talking about a certain, people in it that they're not on these lives. They're not talking about the stuff you and I and these.
Well, it was targeted towards people that would never have gone to an expo.
They're not there for us. They don't represent us. They aren't us.
They got a really big backlash from that, and I think October's going to be really different. October is going to be really
well. It
different.
Is going to be different.
We know what's going on behind the scenes, and October is going to be so different. They're like, oh, okay, we fucked up there.
Yeah. It was sad. It was nowhere near as bad as the World Vape Show. Because that was the World Vape Show was a million times worse.
Was that in Dubai?
I went to the one in London.
Oh, London.
There was two. Okay. There was Dubai and London, and it was 99% disposables. There was only Dr. Vapes that was there. There was any sort of like liquid companies.
I think you're going to see this expo is going to be different. There's going to be quite a bit of focus on non-disposables and UK companies.
It's what they need.
So, yeah, I think they have listened. I hope they've listened enough, but they have listened definitely because they just know they're not going to get the football.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But that's unfortunately, that's just we need to move away from that point because a lot of the guys actually who are running the industry, you know what I mean, and I'm not afraid to say it. A lot of the guys that are running these things, they're not the people in chat here tonight.
No,
they're not
you.
They don't represent us or our thoughts or opinions.
They're just here for a quick buck, aren't
big
they?
money.
Yeah.
And when it all
starts to crumble, they'll move on. They'll move on to the next thing. We'll be here picking up the pieces.
So we won't be seeing no collaboration between Black Rose Elixir and Elf Bars anytime soon.
We don't even stock them in the shop. We don't even stock disposables. No. Someone actually said that to me the other day.
As much as they'll be asking you to put coils in them, mate.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Someone actually said it to me the other day. Please don't do a disposable. I was like, you have got no fear there.
I tell you what was nice that you told me today. So I don't stock disposables.
Yeah.
Never have, never will. But you told me today.
I served a customer and he said, "Oh, I've had a couple of disposables. He's a new starter," and I said, I don't stock them, and here's the reasons why I don't stock them. I'm not demonising them, but that's just how we feel. And he said, you're not the first vape shop to say that to me. There's one about 10, 15 miles down the road. They don't sell them either.
How cool is that?
So I think it's starting to kick back a little bit.
How cool is that?
Yeah, I think
That
it
is
is starting to.
brilliant.
But on the flip side of that, I spoke to one of our photographers the other day, and he said to me, he knows a few vape shops that have said if they hadn't have sold disposables because of lockdown, they would have folded. So it's given me a little bit of sympathy towards, I get it, people have to make money. That's what, you know what I mean? That's life. That's how you survive. So I do get it. Not everyone's a monster who sells them.
No. Not out to demonise.
No, absolutely
the people
not.
selling them. Not out.
It's just finding that balance, isn't it? It's finding the balance.
I found the local one up here by me, and I walked in there like the old leather armchairs. It looked like it had an old like sitting area and stuff, and it only had disposables. They had 2 bottles of Donut King and 1 tank, which was, I think it was like the smock kit. You know,
So maybe once upon a time it didn't used to be that.
Yeah.
I said to him, I was like, mate, this looked like it used to be a great shop. He goes, nobody buys them now. We only sell disposables. That's the only thing people want. And literally everything that things were in that you knew that had mechs in it, they had like shelves everywhere. It was just all fucking disposables.
Yeah, you must get about 20 people a day pop their head in and ask if you do disposables.
Yeah, and it does. It also comes on. There's more to the. It's not just disposables. This comes from such a big backlash. I think of TPD.
Yeah,
absolutely. It really is. It all goes back to that. When you start looking at, so when we first had, without boring you to death, but we all know about TPD, so I don't need to explain it. But like when we saw that, and then we did 10 mils, didn't we, Subbo?
Yeah.
We didn't know what to do, and then someone came up with this wonderful idea of short fill, whoever that was.
I love the vape industry. We'll always find a loophole.
Yeah, we'll always find a way.
We'll always
find a way. But when that happened, and then all of a sudden, did you notice brands went?
Yeah.
And then we saw
shit flooded the market.
We saw a birth of crap liquid just go.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I had wholesalers ringing me going like, I could do you 200 mils for like £2.50, and I'm like, what?
What is in that? If it's that sort of price, do you know what I mean? What are you putting in?
I was buying like 12 monkeys, mate, including that for nearly £8.
We did go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
we did go through a period where we panicked for a few months and
we didn't know what to do,
and we didn't know what to do, and we did bring in
there's
quite
no
a bit
one
of shit.
to talk to, is there?
And
there's
I was
no one
like,
to tell you.
I was like, Phil, this is not us. But when you panic, you know, you're like, this shop's got to survive. I mean, our sales have halved, and have halved since TPD.
Thousands.
Yeah,
thousands.
Hundreds of thousands. We've halved.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, that's the level of how much it actually affected us.
And what happened? So when that happened, right? So we're being flooded and bombarded with crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened was, suddenly overnight, I became fucking hell, mate. You're expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I lost all my rebuildable vapors.
Yeah,
I lost all of them like that. They just went.
We used to have a building area. We used to have it all. He used to have build nights, everything.
Pucker.
They're just gone.
They just went. I don't see them anymore. Like people that, to be honest with you, I regarded as really close friends, never to be seen ever again.
Yeah.
It's almost like them. I'm sure they didn't feel this way, but to me, it felt like they thought, "Mate, you've been mugging me off."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the truth. That wasn't the truth.
No.
I'm just here to make an honest living. I mean, I haven't put my prices up in 6 years.
Yeah.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
My Nautilus calls started out at $12.99 for a pack of 5. They're still $12.99 for a pack of 5.
Yeah. I have to disagree with you. The Dark Short Film was not the saviour of a vape shop. It absolutely destroyed our business.
And so overnight, and you said to me, didn't you, the last time I was on, where did you want to see the industry and blah, 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 and what was the biggest effect? That was it. Yeah. And enter those people that weren't in our industry before. Because if you remember like Cosmic Fog and, you know what I mean,
Charlie's
Chocolate, do you remember them brands that like they were popping and like them people gave a fuck about e-liquid, right?
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
And
brands were sold,
that was what was lost for us, was the excitement. I remember when we first started, and you put a bottle of, you get something new in that week, and you literally, everybody, they were like, it was like they came out of everywhere coming into the shop. What have you got? Oh, look at that! What, that's new, you know. And also, I think short fills actually ruined flavour. They ruined flavour because it's not the same when it's pre-mixed compared to when you put your nick in. It's not the same.
It was the death of like us guys in the industry innovating and creating, and it was the birth of shit coming into the market.
But you can't be precious about it. Things change, and that's fine. And we've adapted and we've evolved,
and we are getting better.
And we sell big bottle ourselves. You know what I mean? It is it is an evolution, and that is what happened, and that is what will happen with disposables. It feels shocking at the moment, and we're all quite protective of the vape industry. But the reality is, it will all evolve, and somehow they'll fit in, and things will change, and then there'll be the next thing that we all go, whoa, do you know what I mean? And that's just how it keeps going, isn't it?
We are getting better, and what I have seen more than ever is we do have a voice.
Yeah.
We do have a voice. In the UK, we do have a voice, and vapors will go, fuck off. I'm not having that shit.
I'd like to see the industry taken back by vapors. I'd like it to stop being a money farm. I'd like people to actually take it back, that actually vape, care about vaping, care about people not smoking,
that's it.
All of those things, you know, and not just a cash cow.
I do think we're on that upward spiral, only because the UK, we've sort of embraced vaping.
Oh, we're actually absolute world leaders on it. World leaders.
And I think that the UK need to. It's just sound horrible to say, but we need to get our fingers out our arses and grab the industry by the bollocks and move it forward. Because for many years, everything's come out of America, all like the high end of stuff and like the hobbyist side. Pretty much most of it has come from like the US.
It has,
like Kennedys, Kennedys, and all stuff like that.
The cartel mods. I mean, we paid hundreds for those, didn't we? People bought them because they understood it was a good quality.
528 customs. All that stuff, man. It was right.
And I think if we jump on that bandwagon now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I had this discussion with someone on Facebook, and I said, you know, it's no good people moaning about this stuff if they aren't prepared to talk with their money, you know, because people that are money hungry, if there's no money, they'll fuck off. So you've got to start talking with your feet. Go into the local vape shop. Go into the vape shops that do care about getting you off fags.
Which can be difficult sometimes.
Do you know what I mean? If you channel your money into the right areas, these people will disperse because there will be no money for them. It's as simple as that. I'd really like to see the UK take that and take it back. Yeah. Be like you say, you know.
Sloan's right though. I am seeing an uprise. I am seeing
most definitely.
Yeah. I think. And I know I'm going to say it's all because of Tony B, but it's not. But it's like, look, when Squonking came about, he made it commercial. So every Tom, Dick and Harry added a squonker.
I never got on squonkers. I couldn't get my head around it.
I did enjoy a good squonk.
Did you? You liked squonkers, did you? I couldn't get on with them at all.
But then he's brought out the Pulse, the all-in-one, like the billet box. And now I'm seeing a lot more people moving into the rebuildable world.
They are everywhere at the moment.
Good entry into it, isn't it? Good into it.
Yeah.
So I do. I
stop putting convenience over quality.
Yeah,
I think is the reality, isn't it?
And the price point as well, because like I've got bridges up here that are cut like nearly £200 for a bridge, and then I've got a Molan bridge which is 25 quid, and it's like just as good. Not as good in my eyes, but it's still a fucking top quality bridge.
Yeah.
And 25 quid, you don't mind spending 25 quid.
Yeah.
I'm
guilty of it. I'm a total guilty of it. You know, I've gone from actually being quite fussy with coil. Do you know what I mean? I've gone to pods because it's convenient. So I'm not preaching to anyone. I get it. I've done it myself for convenience. But we all need to. What's that? My local vape shop has a selection of mix. There's only me that buys it. See, that's so sad, isn't it? It's like
If I put them in there, people would go, "What's that?"
Yeah.
But I won't sell them anyway because
someone will definitely blow themselves up. It'll probably be me.
it's an insurance. Do you know what? It's an insurance nightmare for me. That.
Yeah.
I had a customer lose his hand.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'd be all right if I was in a different area.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I'd be
not
all
for
right
our
if I was
area.
in the right
It's
area.
not.
I would
Yeah.
have them. I'd have them all. I'd be obsessed with them. She'd be going mad because she'd be like, "How much have you spent?" And I'd be like, "Yeah."
But it's like that. It's Vaporoni, isn't it? Like,
Oh,
when
what
you
a
see,
shock
have you
that
seen
is, mate.
Vaporoni?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
What a
like,
Scottish
they,
one.
they get it, don't they? They
So
get it.
jealous
Yeah.
of that shop, man.
And
It's
people buy
amazing.
it. So there is a market, isn't there?
I love the fact that
There is
they've
a
got.
market.
There is.
They're selling like proper good shit.
Yeah.
They're selling like mech boros, like the boro rat. Yeah, it's for nearly 500 quid.
Yeah, mate.
I've never
People are buying them, so there
I've
is
never seen a
market.
shop to sell it.
No.
Just to get shit like that. Like I've got a.
Well.
Where is it up here? It's here. See, this is a mech boro.
Oh, okay.
So that's just 3D printed. And to get hold of that, I had to be in a Facebook group, put my name down, and mate, that's how a lot of it is. And quite a lot of the massive ones, you have to go into a lottery.
I want the
Really?
I want a billet
Yeah.
box. I want a billet box bad, but she won't let me buy one. It's really expensive.
Because I know he won't use it. He'll buy it. He just wants to buy it because he wants to have it, and then he won't use it, and then I'll be pissed off because he's paid hundreds of pounds for it. I don't know.
Then why don't you let him buy a sup box?
So many times.
Let him have a
Oh,
sup box.
A what?
Get a sup box. This is leaky as shit because it hasn't been re-wicked in like 9 months. It's got a boro in the front. That's the vapes now.
I'm already turned off. I've stopped listening.
He just wants to put fancy panels and fucking show off his batteries.
Where's
and shit
mine?
Like that. That's
There
all
you
he
go.
wants to do.
Mine hasn't got anything in it, but
Hey,
let's take the-
Hey.
so that's my one. That's a 2018 one.
Ooh.
But see, these panels are like
that's the
90
real
quid.
deal. That one as well. That's
Much?
the real deal.
£90 for these panels.
No. But that's the
But-
thing. But they hold their value, don't they? Billet
Yeah.
boxes. They do hold their value.
See, that's
so,
2018
So
one.
You might as well
So
let me get one because
I'll invite you into the billet box traders things, and you'll be able to get one cheaper.
he won't buy second hand. Not on your.
I'd buy a
Nelly.
second-hand billet box.
No, you wouldn't. You're such a. You'd think
I
someone
would.
had infected it with something. You would not buy a second
I
hand.
would.
No, you wouldn't.
I just
You
want
think you
one.
would, but
I'll
you
have it
wouldn't.
however it comes, man. Give me one.
You can't even share a drink with me. There's no way you would have a
Are
second.
you one of
hand
those
billet box.
ones? So you can get some nice fancy bridges. I've got some sitting up here. So you got the this one's Philip. This is the old
That's
wicked
the wick,
bridge.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's the original one. With a little coil in that one. I fucking got loads up here. You got the Voodoo Chucky.
Oh, that's cool.
How'd you get all of those slide boros?
They're fucking horrendous.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah, trying to slide that off. But that's a great thing with like some of them, they come with little bits of rubber that you can use to slide them off. But this Boro, the actual tank, this is a Chucky one. These are like 60 quid just for the tank thing.
It's so cool. Look at them.
Is it worth it though?
Yeah, I like them. It's a different style of vaping.
Because it's like I find with like I know it's a completely different product, but you know like the dot rods.
Yeah.
They're so overhyped. Like there's so much money, and I've got 2 of them. I've got the old one and the new one, and they're shit, and they're leaky. They're shit, and I think some things are just.
Fucking hell, sorry, Doc Lord.
No, they are. They are.
I'll sell them in the shop.
I know some people love them, but I think they're shit.
The
I
thing
think they're tasteless.
the thing with the bridges is I was saying to Phil, it's different than an RDA. If you like with an RDA, you put your coils in, you've got quite a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah.
In a bridge, you move it like the slightest amount, and the effect is massive.
Which
Oh,
is,
okay.
I was speaking to you, and I'm hoping you can teach me your Jedi mind tricks on it, man.
Yeah, because you've got the vapes now. You got this one.
I've got the
So you
snail,
got-
yeah. I was
This one.
very, very, very generously donated that.
Yeah, I'll do a build guide for you, and it's even down to the wicking. You wick it a little bit too much, that flavour's gone.
Mate, I've already been talking to my rebuildable customers. I've got to get you down, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come down. I already said I'm going to come down.
It's so good, didn't it? The build nights. And
Well, the
all
guys that I've spoken to,
so
they're well
good.
excited. They're like, "Oh, there's a coil man coming down."
Do you know what?
It's really funny.
Our landlord he actually paid and made us have an extractor fan in the shop because it was so cloudy. It was actually
Bad.
billowing out onto the streets like in the early days.
Bloody
Yeah,
hell.
And they've got this really pretty
Because
cafe,
it's quite
and
a
it was
posh
just going.
street, you know what I mean? It's all like just big clouds everywhere.
It's like fucking cheap Kong in there.
He
isn't
made
it?
us have this massive extractor fan, like the actual whole wall drilled out,
And
didn't he?
me and all
The
my
extractor
customers,
fan.
and they become your mates, didn't they? And we were like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's fuck.
Do you know what? That thing hasn't been switched on in 3-4 years.
Oh, don't.
That's how different it is now.
Bloody
Like
hell.
it's mad. Like vape nights you used to have on a Thursday. You'd be like,
Mate,
you'd have like
it's
25
so good,
people in the
dude.
shop, wouldn't you?
Yeah, beers and everything. It's
Yeah,
fucking wicked.
yeah.
It's so good.
See, I do think if shops start bringing shit like that back and it gets advertised, you will get people coming from far just to come down for a night.
That's obviously what Vapor only do, right? Isn't it? They make you feel like you're part of something.
Oh man, the way
like
he
you're part
runs
of
his
a
community.
Yeah, definitely.
And I reckon if you advertised it like an old back to the 80s night type shit, I reckon you'd fucking fill that shop. You would fill it.
Yeah. We used to do like raffles, didn't we, on the night? Like for like
So good.
we used to do loads of stuff with them.
Reduce the liquid down.
Yeah, for the night and like
Let them come in and
raffles.
just go.
My God, we gave about 700. Do you remember that raffle? When TPD came in, they gave us like a deadline, didn't they? So like you had to get rid of everything by a certain. And we had so many non-compliant kids, and we raffled it, and it must have been about 700 quid worth or a grand's worth of stuff that was just given to this one bloke.
He's probably still vaping it now.
It's like, yeah, you better have the basket, bro.
He ended up having to give it to people because he just had so much he didn't know what to do. I mean, he had like 7 of the same kit. You know, like, so to give them out to
25 like Cletos. It was like most fucking mental, wasn't it? We had resin like Picos, and there was just tons of stuff in it. It's funny,
it was. It would be lovely to see that come back. That side of things was amazing.
So you could be the catalyst for it by starting doing it, live streaming.
We're in the wrong area, really. We're in the wrong area.
But like you're saying, it's true. If you advertised it, if you gave it enough time, it might not the first couple of times, but people would get the word, wouldn't they? And they'd come in.
I reckon you'd get if you done a night to say like fuck it, back to the 80s. Like an old school clown comp or like a build off or shit like that, and just play old school music in that. Have some beers there. Bring your own booze type thing.
So look, we're excited.
I know they're doing.
I'm fucking there, mate. I'm there.
It'll
just be us, mate. Fuck it.
The Expo have advertised that, haven't they, on the Facebook page, saying that they are doing all the cloud comps and stuff at the next one and all that sort of stuff. So they're bringing it.
They should
back,
do. We love it.
Which is brilliant. Taking it back to the original vape scene is brilliant. Yeah, we should do that. We'll have a chat about that. I might let you. I might not.
Just get a late license.
Do you know, the only thing that we have always been gutted about is not having an outdoor area, because we could have like barbecues and stuff. You know,
thank you, Dean. Cheers. Thank you, mate.
Oh, thank you, Dean.
It's horrible, that one.
Yeah. If we could have like an area for barbecues and stuff, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
But we haven't got there. It's too boutique. It's boutique street, darling.
We'll just get a fucking old barbecue. It'll be fine. It's retro, mate. You like
it? It's so funny though. It's got like it's like a cobbled alleyway, and you've got all this like posh dining area. And you see our customers coming up with just plumes of vape flowing behind them. So many shit up the street.
Duckies up for it.
Yay!
So
Yeah,
even
just-
the missus was like, "Oh, I bet he looks beautiful at Christmas." So
Oh,
all the
it
like,
does, it
Do you know
does
what
look
they put? The cafe they put. They've got ski lifts, and they put them out on the street, and they surround them by Christmas trees, and they've got like the proper like skis all up them, and people have lunch in them in the ski lifts.
Mate, he used to go sick at Christmas. He used to have
Honestly,
real reindeer
It's got real reindeer at Christmas. I'm not even joking. Like
for free.
they go, and they really do it well, don't they?
Yeah, I don't think the reindeer are coming back now because Charlie and Michael went up and took it.
Somebody probably complained about it or something. You know what people are like. Save the reindeer. There's probably a placard somewhere. But they do a beautiful job of like decorating it all.
yeah.
But I'm not even joking. These ski lifts that we watch in amazement. They literally are folding people in there like
It's like a
people.
Bangladesh mini cat.
It's like
Fucking hell.
people just being wedged in, pushed in so the doors closed.
You know the trains in India where they're going,
Yeah,
It's like
some
that.
poor sod hanging from the side. So like,
swear down.
Yeah, but they do all that. It's nice. Although this year,
How many Maldenites can you get in a mini?
hey, they didn't take those Christmas trees away till like May, did they? I was like,
Mate, they're good Christmas trees. Them,
how
I tell
are
you,
those
them
Christmas
things were
trees
evergreen.
still alive?
They're
Like,
still going. Them things were ever. I'll tell you what, holler at your boy for the Christmas tree.
yeah, tell you haven't got a Christmas tree. Those fucking things are indestructible. Jesus.
fucking hell. Oh bloody hell! We've been going for nearly 2 hours.
Oh,
Doesn't
Didn't even realise.
Having fun.
Yeah,
I ain't getting on with the ripsaw, mate.
I really like it. My only issue with it is the 510 pin.
Why is that?
The squonkable one, if you're putting it on a mech, it dents your battery.
Oh,
I don't know if you can see on the nipple. You won't be able to see it.
very slightly.
Yeah.
Very slightly. I can see.
So
it.
now that one won't work on, say, like the snow cap. It won't work on it.
Oh, okay.
But I put the other one in, and that annoyed me a little bit because they put a solid copper one in,
Yeah.
which is an Allen key, but they don't provide you with an Allen key to get that out. Only a little Allen key to get the other one in, which has the the little squonker screw in it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, these are like basic things, aren't they? Really?
It's little things. The RDA is fucking outstanding. Don't get me wrong; it's a fucking outstanding RDA.
But most
And
of us
the
have
Phil-
Allen keys, don't we? Most of us have.
Yeah, I just think it was just weird. It seems to be the only one I've ever bought because I never use the tools that they come with, but I always check.
But maybe
where
that's
does
really good feedback for them. Maybe they'll think, "You know what? We'll do that."
It's because I always check. Oh, okay, this one's for this, so I check it. So, oh yeah, that works. Yeah, fair enough. Put it back in the box, and I was like, hang on, it don't give me fucking Allen key to fit it.
Fair.
It's thinking if
you
someone's
should just come to my house. I've got about 80 boxes of shit. There's probably loads of talent things in there. There's one for everything in there.
yeah,
Except we can never find the one we do want.
yeah, everything else but.
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
just
that's
get the
nice.
one
You're enjoying
smaller.
it, then. That's good.
Yeah, and on the suicide, the side by side, it actually looks quite nice.
Yeah, it does look
It's quite a
nice.
solid
does
bit of
look
kit.
smart.
Drip tip goes with that perfectly as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just
Gloss and
nice.
gloss.
Oh, do you know what? That's another thing that's lost. Drip tips.
Yeah,
Do you remember getting like the proper like the resin drip tips and stuff? It was a real thing, wasn't it? Getting a fancy drip tip.
You can
one
still
made.
get. You can still go to Jess Marie. She DHD double helix drip tips in
Oh,
America. She only wholesales them now, but
Yeah.
her fucking drip tips are outstanding.
Really?
What's the
Oh,
guy? The big guy, the guy that was here. He was quite big, wasn't he? What's he called?
Signature tips.
No. But he
I
actually
know
did an
Signature
expo,
Tip.
didn't he? I can't think of his name.
Oh yeah, we saw him. Didn't
Yeah,
we?
I can't think of his
I
name.
don't know. That's good, isn't it?
It was a long time ago. Blimey, it was about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's lost. Like the wanting to have a really nice, unique drip tip and stuff like that.
You need to. I'll send you her details and have a look at what she does. And oh mate, she does outstanding drip tips.
I had my.
I don't need drip tips in the shop, but I'm asked for them all the time.
I had my what was it, the Osmodus? What was my favourite mod ever? Minikin. Was it a V2? It was the V2, wasn't it? It was pink, and I had a pink drip tip made for it.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And then it died. It died. It was sad.
Like all Osmodus.
I should have had a proper ceremony for it or something.
Well, when I blew up my first billet box, I nearly gave that a fucking burial. That was fucking horrendous. Yeah, I vented a battery in a billet box.
There it is. There it is.
And I threw it. It was squealing at me, all this black smoke. And I'm running around the house. My wife was pregnant at the time. And what happened was I pushed the battery in and it ripped the insulator off.
Oh.
And it was hissing. I'm going, fuck, running around the house. She moved the back door key, so I couldn't open that. So I ran to the front door and she's put the chain on. So I've literally just oiked it through the little gap.
Is your wife called Phil? That's what he does.
I fucking hope not.
That's what he does. It's like a fucking jailer. You try and get out of this house, mate, you're going to burn to death. I'm telling you.
It's like fucking Fort Knox around here. And as I launched out the door, it's gone boom. Fucking.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, I'm going to have the fucking bomb squad turn up at my fucking house. It blew the arse out of the billet box. Yeah.
You were really fucking lucky.
Yeah.
Shit.
And literally the day before, I'm bitching. I fucking was bitching on the stream talking about battery safety. Then the next day, I nearly blown my fucking hand off.
It's true, isn't it? Be careful.
Yeah. It was horrendous. Yeah, that was horrible because I paid full price for that.
Quite a subtle thing to.
Oh, did you? Ouch!
Quite a subtle thing that you didn't notice, though, isn't it? Doing that little push it in.
I mean, you have to rewrap batteries, don't you? Some of the batteries that come through the door, he's like, "Fuck me, how have you not died?"
Yeah, but hang on, there are some people I'm like, you can't rewrap that. It's not magic tape.
Yeah,
it's like your battery's fucked, mate. Like I don't even want to get it out with the shop.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's amazing how unsafe people would, and they don't even realise how unsafe things are.
Yeah, and you get the ones that like
their own,
the bottoms are just dented as fuck.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh. And my battery's not holding charge. Like shit.
How long you had it? That's my favourite. How long you had that, mate? Oh, not that long. About 4 years. Fucking hell, bruv.
Yeah.
And the battery's back. I used to be 2,000 mile. Now I'm like 1 mile. Can only do like 8 watts. Is killing me.
I think 8 months I get new ones.
We had a customer once that stock coils. He said he'd had his coil for a year, and he kept cleaning it with vodka. He just
what is
kept
that about?
It with vodka.
What is this?
And reusing it.
Someone went to me. Well, you can just
a year with
someone
the stock
goes,
coil.
Can you put bleach in it and clean? I went, yeah, you can fill it your tank up and no.
Well, they do the what was it called? That company brought out that robot cleaner. Did you see it? It looked like a really shit R2D2.
I mean, I'm scared already.
You can put stock coils in and it cleans them up, and you can reuse them.
We used to have one of those ultrasonic cleaners, didn't we, for the tank glass and all that.
Oh, mate, my customers killed that.
They used to come in, didn't they, all the time? Yeah,
mate, there was creatures coming out of people's tanks.
Oh, I hate it.
Things are coming out going, thank you. Jesus Christ. Swamp things coming out of there, mate. Oh my God.
And there's nothing worse because we haven't got a sink. We have to go like to an external bit for the sink and the toilet, and you get they hand over their tank, and you've just got brown gunk all over your hands.
Lip
and
funk,
you're like,
innit?
I fucking don't know what to do. I don't know what to do here. Like I can't clean my hands. I'm gonna have to like remove you from the shop.
You know
that,
you know that kid in school that went, "Do you want a crisp?" And you went, "No, you're right." I'm good.
I pulled out someone's 510 once, and it was a mixture of congealed e-liquid and tobacco. just dropping out of it. Like it obviously was in their pocket, and they had like loose tobacco in there at some point, and it had all like fed in, and they were vaping on it. And it was like it was just there was literally like a pinhole through it where the vape was coming through. It was that thick on the inside of the mouth bit.
I think so many vape shop owners and workers could relate to that. Some guy like had said his tank wasn't working.
My coil? No.
The airflow's all blocked with like God knows what
fluff.
But we get it because we've got quite an old
backy normally.
Because we've got quite an old customer base, they get us quite a lot to change their coils, don't they, and stuff like that. So it's quite commonplace for us, isn't it?
Yeah, they come in and go.
Yeah.
Please.
All right.
It's horrendous. Because I'm not in the shop very often, because I'm obviously Black Rose is my main thing. If I cover for him, people come in and they go, I need coils. Okay, what coil? Oh, I don't know. Phil normally does it. Okay, I'm not Phil. I'm not fucking psychic. I can't remember.
You're doing things like this, like, so do you unscrew the bottom, pull it out, and then push it? Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're having to describe, like, mate.
Yeah. Honestly,
take a picture of it and leave it on your phone.
Yeah.
So when you come in, if I'm not here, then you can just go there.
They don't know. He knows everyone, name, face, everything. I used to, but I'm not in there enough anymore. And they just rely on him to know the coils. So it's a fucking nightmare if we were.
That's good as well, though, isn't it?
It's a good service that you provide because they obviously trust you.
Yes. It's an excellent service.
It is. We're really lucky. We've got such a loyal customer base. When we got COVID just before Christmas, because Christmas the last week before Christmas is our busiest period of the whole year, because people know that everything's going to be closed over the next couple of weeks, and even though we are open, they panic, don't they, and want to get everything. They're going away to see family and all that sort of stuff, and we had to isolate for that week, and it was horrendous. And we were just like, this is gonna absolutely fuck us. We've lost thousands of pounds for this week.
Yeah.
So they all held on. Every single one of them held on, and he he managed to go back in on Christmas Eve and did the whole week's take-in in one day.
Did as well.
Bloody hell.
That's how amazing our customers are. They are awesome. Like, we're so lucky.
I was like, fuck, I wish it was like that every day. I'd be like,
how awesome,
awesome
is that, though, to have people that
you wouldn't normally
much.
Get that. You wouldn't get that anywhere else.
You wouldn't. They'd just go online or they'd go somewhere else.
I think it's just me. Amazing.
They all held on.
He offers that extra service, didn't he?
Yeah.
Come on, Doris, round the back. I'll sort you out.
Oh, young man! Oh, he does. He gets the old grannies. They love you, don't they?
Right, everyone will start calling me granny.
Do you remember that old lady? She was like,
yeah, it was creepy.
She was creepy as fuck. She was like properly coming in, like, she was really suggestive, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was forward. That one. She had fucking back. She's like, I've not got long. Get your fucking pants off. It's like, fucking hell. Christ almighty.
Oh, God. But, yeah, we're really lucky. We've got the, we have got the best customers, haven't we?
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah.
But they're also, they don't have a fucking clue what they're making.
I'm going to sort it out, and hopefully you and I can sort out where you come down, and you can meet some grannies and pound them into dust.
I'm all right.
That's
the cartel send-off. Boom, boom.
I'll get them all on Mex by the end of the day.
Legend, yeah. I'll have to get some tubes in, wouldn't I, when you come down, right?
They probably got some old pipe bombs from their husbands from the wars. You can just fucking convert them.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
8-year-olds leaving with like a nightmare.
All of our customers aren't all 80-year-olds. Don't worry. You're not coming down to like fucking, you know what I mean, Saga Cruise. You are actually.
Well, he won't meet them, will he? He'll meet all the lads.
No, you'll meet all the.
I got A up. My doc says he's single.
Good lad.
Yeah, that's it. I'll get you all down, see into the old dears.
Sort out all the Essex pensioners.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah, all the old Jerry Essex.
You never know.
Yeah, that's it. Might be a couple of Richies in there.
Slip your pan. Buy yourself some sweets, love.
Where there's original in their pocket.
I was just about to say that. They all come in
Werther's original. Poor old Werther's original. Imagine being that brand. Just known as an old person's fucking sweet.
have the old
They took
have the
Murray
napkins
Mints
up
over,
the
didn't
sleeves as well. Because my nan always had a napkin up her sleeve.
Yeah.
they? Yeah. Proper, mate, that was.
Yeah.
Proper.
And even if she's giving it to you, somehow there was always another one up there.
My nan was a lunatic.
Maybe she was a magician. Flowers in that one.
Yeah.
My nan was a lunatic, like an actual lunatic. She was at the bus stop with my sister once, and there was a bloke with dreadlocks.
I love that we're talking about nans.
And she started rooting. No, she wasn't.
What's
Lord,
happened?
she wasn't.
We've
Lord
ruined
of
his
Nan.
show.
She wasn't.
That's all right.
She was rooting through this guy's dreadlocks, and he was like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "Sorry, I'm just checking you have nits in there." Like that, she was batting my nan. I'm not even joking. She was fucking bonkers, and that's her all the time. Absolutely crackerjack, my nan.
She always said, when I'm old, I want to be one of those nutty old men.
Yeah, absolutely. I
So you
mean,
can get
you've
away
got
with
to,
it.
at that point, you've got to stop giving a shit, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've just got to be as crazy as can be.
I can't have them
Yeah.
in the shop for too long because they'll just say something racist.
Yeah, like they don't even realise they're being
And you're like,
racist.
fucking
though.
hell, you can't fucking hell.
They don't even realise they're being racist, like because it's such old terminology to them. Like they don't even realise that it's really offensive.
It's hard
Oh.
for them, isn't it?
Well, to tell you, I got called racist because of my son. Because I was at the doctor's and I was like, oh, is it because he's mixed race? No, you can't say mixed race no more. It's racist.
But it's your son.
It's dual heritage.
No, it is not.
Yep.
See, I didn't know that.
Instantly, I
know
was thinking dual 18650. Instantly.
that. Yeah,
Dual heritage.
dual
Yep.
heritage.
That's now what you have to say.
I love that
found
we're
that
all
out.
informed.
That's
It was like,
No one tells
you can't
us,
say
do they?
that.
I mean, you didn't know.
No.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, I'm racist
I don't
apparently.
understand how mixed race would be offensive. You are a mix of
Two different
mixed
races. Oh no, but you're not. You're dual heritage. So okay.
That's really posh, isn't it? Dual heritage.
Yeah. Yeah.
That could be a good brand, couldn't it? That dual heritage.
Dual heritage.
I like it.
You should
That's a
get-
good brand name, man.
You should give him like double-barreled name as well. You know what I
I
mean?
can create
Like,
another e-liquid brand, and from that we can put those two e-liquids together, and that will be dual heritage.
Yeah.
that's
There we
it.
go.
And that's how Modern Vape Co made its money. That's where we see ourselves in 5
This is it,
years.
isn't
Dual
it?
heritage.
It was seen here first on Cloud Cartel. Mate.
It was born.
I see. Hey, my duck got he got told off for using mixed race as well.
I didn't know that. Now I would definitely get told off for that because I didn't realise that was offensive. At all.
It only come about because when we found out the missus was pregnant, she had to go for extra tests because apparently my wife's Bengali, so a mixture of her heritage and my heritage, there was more chance of the little one having issues. So we had to go for extra
there's
tests.
lots of that, isn't there? With like more susceptible to
We went to the doctors after he was born because he had like a little rash, and I was like, "Oh, is it because he's mixed race?" Well, you can't say that. It's dual heritage. It's racist. No, I'm not racist.
I mean, if
I'm
you
not
were
racist though. That's the
If you
thing.
were
It's
racist, right?
It's pretty
That
obvious.
was really
like-
rubbish, wasn't it? That was really bad. You're like the
Yeah.
worst racist ever.
you've married a Bengali woman and you've had a baby. That's
Yeah.
about as
And you
What?
said mixed race. Fucking
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah, it's just
yeah,
like.
you're a terrible
He's
racist.
the
You really
shittest
haven't got the
racist.
racism idea down at all.
But,
There
yeah.
goes another brand. Shit racist.
I don't think that would float somehow.
No.
No, I don't think you'll get away with that one.
Imagine that on the stage at Expo. Welcome on stage, the shit racist.
Oh,
Boo! Wanker.
oh, dear. Talking about that at the Vapor Round Awards, they had a comedian on
Oh, he died. Didn't he?
Fuck me, he died of death on stage. I've never seen anybody get killed like that
Really?
ever.
I've seen him on telly.
He just nobody
He was
laughed at him. But
diabolical.
he started to.
He lost the room, man. He never had it actually.
But he started doing accents and I mean, the room is quite heavily Asian. Do you know what I mean? And he was actually got to the point where it was actually quite offensive towards them. And I was like, fuck me, mate, you have not read this room at all. Do you know what I mean?
Just turn the lights on for 2 seconds and have a look around.
You're getting stuck in a wheelie bin outside, I'm telling you. That's it for you. Honestly, I've never seen someone die on there. It was actually embarrassing. I was actually secondhand embarrassment, you know, and you're just like...
You know when you're so lost in the chat and you look at your corner of your eye on the chat and hey up my ducks, but if I hear Phil pushing a poo out, I'm done. What's that? Where did we lose? Maybe I lost the room. I don't know.
I just looked over for interracial baby. I was
Jesus.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
But that's mad. Dual heritage. I'll have to remember that.
Yeah, apparently it's all going to be on forms now.
I have a friend.
Mate, there aren't enough boxes for forms nowadays.
No.
Let's be real. There aren't enough boxes, mate.
I have a friend that whose little girl, she's 8, and they were playing a game, and she said something that I could understand would be misconstrued as offensive, but actually she's just an 8-year-old child, and there's no connotation to what she said. Do you know what I mean? It just so happens that people have put it together. It's just words that came out of her mouth, and actually very childlike. She was made to go on a racism awareness course to stay in school. She's 8. Like,
fuck off.
She fucking
really?
was. I shit you not. She had to go on a racism awareness course. Like,
God, for 8-year-old.
So now she knows she's done.
All points.
So now she knows she's being racist. She now knows that's racist when she actually didn't have a fucking clue that what now she said could be misconstrued as racist.
Which has now made you uber aware of all the differences.
Yeah.
But really, we shouldn't be encouraging the differences, should we?
It should be the inclusiveness, not going, you're a racist.
Kids don't see colour. It's a friend to play with.
Yeah, exactly. And actually what she, like I said, I won't say what she said, but what she said, it wasn't like aggressive and racist. She'd said something that...
They were picking animals to play.
Right.
So I'm going to be this. You're going to be this.
Yeah. Right. So
fucking hell. Yeah.
It was so innocent. So innocent. It was not meant in that way at all. But racism awareness course for an 8-year-old, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Neither did I. And it's... what is this fucking world coming to?
You know what I mean? Like,
they're creating problems when there's...
Yeah. It's just like...
All you got to say is you might want to pick a different animal, and then you'd have been fine.
Yeah. Like, my mum was like,
I just think we're too quick with it, aren't we?
Yeah. But it's aside from that, I just think you're just teaching kids stuff they don't need to know. You know, you've now made her aware of racism that she didn't actually need to be aware of. Do you know what I mean? She's taken away that innocence of her just seeing other children as other children. She's now. Yeah. Am I being racist towards somebody? Do you know what I mean? It's like, obviously you need to be conscious of those things, but you also need to be a child and you need to be able to play with people. They don't, like you said, they don't see colour, do they? They just see their little mate.
You don't see the colour. It's like, prime example, one of my little nephews, when I first came into the family, he was 3. Didn't even batter an eyelid about me colour. It was more the older ones, like the 18, 19, was like, welcome to an Asian household. But I was accepted. But that's when you know that obviously I'm coming into a situation that I'm not used to. Like, fucking always. The kids didn't know. They didn't give a shit what colour I was. They didn't give a shit. And it was only when a couple of years later when we found out that the missus was having a baby, and I was pissed. I wound up my little nephew. I was like, you know you're white and Auntie Ruby's brown. What colour is the baby going to be? So I, for a joke, turned around and said zebra. So it's going to come out stripes. It's going to be brown and white. Really? Yeah. So
I love that. That's their little worlds, though, isn't it?
Yeah. There's so much innocence to it. You just got you're only innocent for so long.
if you make it,
True.
if you
That's
make
so
it,
true,
if you
man.
make it a thing, you've made it a thing, haven't
Yeah.
you? Do you know what I mean? It's like obviously there's a difference between being a grown up and saying you look like a. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To
Context
a child,
is everything.
just they're
Exactly.
choosing animals. Do you know what I mean?
Context is everything.
It is just.
It's the innocence is going too soon for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
As well, I think.
Yeah, definitely. It's being so sucked into this PC stuff. Like it's just kids don't know what they can and can't say anymore. They actually don't know what they can and can't say.
No.
We're dinosaurs already.
Yeah.
It's
In terms of language.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. I just couldn't believe it when she told me. I was like, a racist
Yeah.
awareness course for an 8-year-old.
I didn't even think that was a thing.
Well, our son got accused of assaulting someone because the boys were running around smacking each other's bottoms, and they got told they were going to be pulled in front of the head teacher for assault. I said, you pull me in front of that head teacher, I would love to hear her accuse him of assault.
And I'll assault you. I'll show you what assault is.
I mean, isn't that bonkers? Like
Hugs has said sexy dinosaurs though. Sexy saurus, mate.
Sexy saurus.
They
Little arms.
It looks like you're doing something in there.
I'm sorry. I'm not. It's the spotty cat. I'm not feeling that.
That's our baby.
She's mixed heritage.
Dual heritage.
Dual heritage. Sorry, she's dual heritage. All right.
You've already fluffed it up. Racism awareness course.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're making them. I mean, as if an 8-year-old needs to be made aware of what assault means. Do you know what I mean? Like, are you off your head?
It must have made the kid feel like shit.
Even worse was that. What was it? That girl down there said to think.
That 8-year-old girl, she was pansexual. I had to go and look it up. I was like, what the fuck is pansexual? I don't know what that is. Apparently, you're attracted to. It doesn't matter what gender you are.
Isn't that bisexual? Oh no, but we've got more than 2 now, haven't we?
Yeah. We've got an 8-year-old.
Yes, exactly.
An 8-year-old says she's pansexual.
So, anything.
I don't even know what that means. It's like mad language, mad.
And I'm a Smurf. Strike number 2, YouTube.
Have you been struck off then? Have you? Oh, you have.
I've had one.
What recently?
About 6 months ago.
Oh, okay.
What'd you do, naughty boy?
Well, I was talking to Nick Grim Green, and because he's doing a line with Supergood.
Yeah.
And I said, don't trust the British, they're a bunch of dodgy bastards. That's what I said.
Oh, we're doomed on this one then, because we've covered everything this evening.
That's all I said. And I got struck. I got a community strike for offensive language.
Black Rose.
I'm fucking English. It was a fucking joke. If anything, I was taking the piss out of myself.
That's
that got
mental.
me. Yeah.
I know it's a lot of because I was watching Vaping with Vic the other day, and he when he did his like expo tour, and he had to go and block out every single website, any form of website that was on the video, and he said he had to edit it about 3 times because every time he went back, he kept noticing like another one in there.
No,
but he'll just get struck off.
You get a 5-ton
Vaping with
duck. He over enunciates everything he says.
Curly whirly. I can't do accents, but
yeah.
Oh, there you go. Out my duck. Pansexual is you don't see genders, you're just attracted to people.
Oh, that's it. That is it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, which is that's cool. That's what you are. But an 8-year-old shouldn't know that. An 8-year-old shouldn't have that sort of thing.
Oh my god, Bugs.
Pugs, man. I think that's it. I think Pugs is right and Ducky's wrong. I think that's it.
Yeah. It's I forgot what we were saying now. What were we saying?
We've just ruined his
channel.
That's
it. We've ruined his channel.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I've already put a message.
I've already
put a message up So if you want to take the channel down, I'll just open up a new one.
His intro's really cool. It's got like rock music on, coil building. That's fucking pair of melts rock up.
What I mean?
I've opened on a Nautilus kit.
As long as you're not smoking cigarettes, I don't give a shit what you're vaping
I don't know.
on. Ian saying, Pug's video, it didn't happen.
Video, it didn't happen.
No one needs to see that.
He will as well. Don't encourage him, Ian, because you know he'll do it. He will do it.
Yeah. Doesn't like to be paired.
He's naughty. He's naughty. He's got a naughty streak.
Oh dear. Oh fucking hell! I couldn't believe how long we've been going. It's nearly midnight.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell, it goes quick. Literally just done it. Yeah, well, it wouldn't surprise me, mate. It's probably got a saucepan already ready.
While it was on.
We're a Black Rose anyway. Oh no, please don't.
Oh, that was horrendous. I was at work and I was showing someone a picture on my phone, and you know he put the picture up of his arse and that on the WhatsApp group. Somehow my phone automatically saves pictures.
Oh, mine does that.
And I was like,
it
was like, why have you got a picture of a man's arse on your phone? Oh, don't worry about that. It's fine. Just keep
I've got it. I've got about
to his employer.
how many?
Yeah.
How many people have done it? I've got everyone's arse on my phone because you send them to me, and mine does the same thing. Automatically saves them. I
Yeah.
look at the phone going, what have I got?
Imagine that showing the coils. Yeah, look at these coils I built. Oh, sorry, forget them.
He has got a very nice arse though.
Is he?
It's very
Yeah.
pert.
There you go. Well done, Patsy.
Well, he doesn't have a lot of gravitational
Starts
pull, doesn't he?
again,
Because he's quite close to the ground.
I can't say anything. I'm not really much taller, to be fair. You surprised me how tall you were, actually.
I was surprised how short most people were.
Yeah, fair.
There was loads of tall
Maybe it's
people, wasn't
vaping.
there?
That's the side effect.
Stunt your growth.
It's
That's
stunts
it.
your growth.
Willy Wonka just needs to go to a vape expo to get his next, like...
Yeah,
And
that's
just
it.
a load of homunculuses walking around.
Yeah.
Do you remember how bad vaping used to be? Like, I always go back to it, didn't I? That expo where they had midgets fighting in a boxing ring.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's how mad expos
That's
used
right,
to
Spike,
be.
isn't it?
Like, I was walking down one of the aisles and a fucking Oompa Loompa walked past me. Hello. I was like, hello. An actual green,
Yeah.
orange Oompa Loompa, like straight up.
Like the proper kit.
Fucking hell.
They just dressed midgets as Oompa Loompas, and they had them like fighting in a boxing ring.
They'll come up to you, you're walking around, they go, hello. They don't talk like that. I don't know why I did that.
Oh dear.
That's got to be offensive. It is sick though, isn't it? What we do to things like firing them out of cannons and stuff.
Well, it was you can
Stag
Google
do's
this.
need, like, handcuffed to them.
It was an Olympic sport, midget tossing. I'm not joking. You can Google it. Seriously.
I've run out of bullets.
Is it
You'll
like
do.
Is it like a shot put?
Yeah.
Like, it's like get some
Arm and
like,
a hand.
tank woman.
Yeah. But also, here's something for you. You know the Blackpool Tower? Have you ever been down the
I
Blackpool?
haven't actually.
Right, well, in the Blackpool Tower, there's a thing now like it's like the prehistoric ride, but before it used to be Midget World, and they used to employ a load of midgets, and they used to live there in these little houses and shit, and it was an
God.
exhibition.
It was like an actual Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
It was actual like.
And they had them doing like cooking and eating in these little houses in the Blackpool Tower. It's called Midget World.
I wish I'd have seen that so
Oh
much.
man! Why would you?
That would have been the best day out ever.
Imagine someone saying that. Like, what are you doing this weekend? Well,
Bit of midget tossing.
I'm going down to watch little people cook dinner. What? Yeah.
Oh,
Head down Blackpool.
God.
That must be like 200 mil to them.
Stop it.
Like using the stack mech as a walking
Imagine
stick.
passing that over, can't you? You pass it over like that, and they go, "Cheers."
More like that.
Oh, god. Oh,
Oh.
god. Well, your channel's definitely getting banned now.
Yeah, I don't. Just
I can't believe
open
that's the
it.
thing in Blackpool. I so wish I'd have been.
Yeah, if you Google it, you can still find the they have the old adverts for it on
I'll
Google.
have a look at that.
Because somehow, don't ask me, when you go down the old documentary rabbit hole on YouTube, I watched one on it.
I'll have to.
YouTube's
Yeah, oh, that's
the
the
one.
worst, isn't
YouTube's
it? You
the
start
one,
on a video to do with like phones, and you end up fucking somewhere in the depths of despair, don't you? Why is she growling? What is she doing?
Mate, that thing's feral.
She's fucking, honestly, she's proper feral. She's like, someone found her in a skip, I think, and sold her to us. She's like really fucking feral.
It was rescued out of a bag from the river.
Fucking hell.
Do you know what I mean?
We know who to give that to.
Yeah.
She's actually growling.
Yeah. Pedigree, that, mate.
It's what it was going to be turned into.
Yeah.
I just like to, because she had
I would ask
spots.
for £2,000, but do it for 50 quid.
Yeah, 50 quid. Take it off our hands. It's already killed 2 kids.
I ain't got the papers. It was an accidental litter.
She's going to be one of them that drags in like fucking dogs, isn't she? Headless dogs into
A
the
Great
house.
Dane.
They're not fucking mice.
No, like fucking,
Next door neighbour's grandchildren.
fucking builders. Do you know what I mean? She will.
I swear down. Do you know what? I have to say this because I couldn't believe it. I used to be a kitchen designer, right? And I went to see this kitchen fitter, right? And mate, this geezer, like, he had these pair of snips his old man had them, like these pliers or whatever. Like, yeah, they were pliers. He was going mad, mate, because they were passed down like generation to generation. I don't know why. I don't know what kitchen fitter was using pliers either. But he had these fucking pliers, right? And he's going mad. Fucking the customer's bulldog ate them.
Ate them?
Ate them. Had to have an operation. How
Fucking
the
hell.
fuck did it eat then? What was going on? And it ate, I think 3 days in a row it ate his lunch with the foil on. Like, I'm not even joking.
She's got things like metal. She chews radiators and like.
You asked the vet, didn't you? And he went, no, I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of that do that. She just sits chewing pipes and radiators. Like, she's just a fucking nutter.
So we used to have a what do you call it, a basset hound, and we called her Socks because she used to eat socks.
My neighbour said that her puppy, they didn't realise it had eaten a sock until the whole poo came out as a sock.
Like,
Yes, and that's what he did, socks.
Yeah.
And I remember just trying to squeeze it out, and I had to go out and just give it a little tug. But she shot off that thing so quick.
Oh my god. We're such bad parents that our kids have just put themselves to bed on the sofa. They've both just tucked themselves up on the sofa and fallen asleep. Neglected now.
They're on a racism course.
Yeah. Well, it is now midnight, so I'll let you guys go.
Yeah, mate.
You got stuff to do. Before we go, what I'll do is I'll just quickly drop the link into chat. Tomorrow night there is, and I've got a picky as well if I can find it. Yeah, tomorrow night you head over to this link. It's Savage Simon Show. Phil and Chrissy are hosts as well, but tomorrow it's me and Serendipity. So make sure you go and check them out tomorrow at what time was it? Oh, fuck me. 8:30.
8:30, yeah.
8:30. So the link's in chat. So make sure you set those reminders. And
Full of debauchery.
yes, I think we outdone Phil's show tonight. But thank you for taking the time to come on. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for having us, man. It's appreciated, dude. Thank you.
Anytime, there's always a place for you here if you ever want to come on.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone in chat as well.
Yeah.
You've been awesome.
Definitely. But until next time, be nice. Don't be a dick.
What a catchphrase.
See you later.
See you, mate.
Bye-bye.
See you, dude.